privacy.
Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go. Wednesday.
America, how are you? Yeah, baby. Well, we made it to midweek. Welcome into a Wednesday edition of San Antonio's First News. Mr. T, along with Chris Duel and the birthday girl. Cheers, McCurdy. Happy birthday.
Happy
McCurdy.
birthday.
And I know you've got big plans being on a Wednesday and everything. Like a big party tonight, a big kegger at the house. I know how it goes.
Nice.
That's right. You're welcome. Yeah, we are very few people here.
We are. Now, I got to ask you, flowers from the hubby. So did he have to hide them all night so that you would be surprised when you woke up to them this morning? Nice.
Well, they've been in the trunk of my car for 3 days. No. He was up in the middle of the night out scouring the many all-night florists we have here in the San Antonio area. And he was securing the flowers for you. He didn't buy them ahead of time. That would be wrong. Wow, you can get him to stay alive a week? Really good start, and congratulations and happy birthday, and hopefully we will have many, many more together right here on this very program. All right, let's get traffic and weather. He's making us look bad.
Yeah.
Cloudy this morning, becoming cloudy this afternoon. Highs 100. Tomorrow, some clouds in the morning, giving way to mainly sunny skies for the afternoon. Highs 102. And on Friday, mainly sunny skies. Highs only in the upper 90s, near 100. It's 80 right now. Well, the Fed is going to give us another rate hike today. It looks like 0.75%. Yeah. And look, we know inflation's out of hand. We know that today the Fed is supposed to, hike the rate up another 0.75%. Look, it's just getting bad out there. But the White House wants you to know that inflation is on their mind. It's on everybody's mind.
That's a comfort. Yeah.
It looks like it just won't be done.
Yeah.
Because to control what's going on right now, because inflation's out of control. We see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you go right now, everything has gone up. There's nothing that hasn't gone up.
And as we learned last week, shrinkflation in addition to the inflation. So people are shrinking what we're buying for the same price or a bigger price.
The water was cold, Jerry. Oh, shrinkflation.
Not shrinkage. Shrinkage is an issue as well, but that's a whole nother discussion.
It's cold in here.
Yes.
All right, lots to get to this morning. Unfortunately, 2 Los Angeles area police officers die after a shootout with a suspect. The shooter is dead. We'll give you more info on that coming up.
That was funny.
That was hilarious.
Tracy Bogert, good morning. If you're in here and we don't see your name, good morning, everybody.
Oh, anonymous?
Well, I only see a name. It's like Tracy Bogert just said something.
Right.
So if they don't comment to it, yeah, there's 4 people in here right now, and Tracy's the only one who said something. So there are 3 mystery people,
3 stealth people.
one of whom could be Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman, if that's you,
Are you going to be here today or not?
coming to HEB or not with your bland tasting 8 beer.
You know,
Michelob Ultra mocks your beer.
here's the other thing. If you're coming out with a beer named 8, wouldn't you bring it out 8-pack?
Boom. Yes, that's a great idea.
It's a marketing ploy that would just be great.
That's a $1 million idea that 8 beers should have come up with.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
I mean, come on, anybody can get a 6-pack, but only with 8 can you get 8.
Hell yes. I like it.
Anyway, you're okay. You're okay.
The Texas Financial Advisory Show with Brooklyn Chandler Willie, Saturday nights at 6 and Sunday mornings at 10.
Something extraordinary is happening right now at Diamonds Direct. You can make any purchase, pay nothing down, and get 0 interest financing for 5 whole years. Imagine a $10,000 for less than $1.
Danny Vasquez, good morning. Danny identifies himself.
You know who you are, Danny.
We know where you live, Danny.
And Doug.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual doesn't cost us car insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Limu and I
Turn your head like you do.
car dates. Everybody! Real quick. Now hands on the wheel.
All right, there's that.
Only pay for what you need. LibertyMutual.com.
The economy is heading for a total disaster. The Fed must
It's a disaster.
Disaster.
Only I can fix it.
This is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your retirement savings into physical gold today.
Michelle Johnson, good morning from Marysville, Kansas.
Information kit on gold IRA. To get your free copy, just text Safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required. Again, that's Safeguard to 989898.
You ready for summer? Wherever fun takes you. Take your favorite radio station.
Paradise City with the grass. Girls are pretty.
Sunscreen, flip-flops, and the free iHeart app. Must-have spring summer checklist. Download the free iHeart Radio app and discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love this summer.
We just don't play enough promos.
No, more commercials. I think we need a few, just a few more.
promos.
More commercials.
Yeah.
And more erectile dysfunction spots.
Okay. Just ahead of a quick update from the birthday girl, Charity McCurdy. It's going to be hot. Hot. When we get a break, we welcome our East San Antonio meteorologist, Jeanette Kaye. Good morning, Jeanette.
Good morning. Mostly cloudy, warm, humid, and breezy this morning.
Amen, Stephen. Stephen says you can't beat Whataburger. See, I'm so cheap. That's an iced tea from yesterday.
What's that?
It's an iced tea from yesterday. I put it in the fridge, so it's
still okay.
still okay. Yeah. I have no pride.
At least our fridge works.
Yes. There you go.
Mostly cloudy skies in the morning and then gradually clearing out, becoming mostly sunny. 101 Thursday, 100 degrees on Friday. Saturday, partly sunny with a 10% rain chance, high 100. Father's Day Sunday, mostly sunny, high 101. Next Monday, mostly sunny with a high of 102. Stay safe, stay cool. I'm meteorologist Jeanette Kaye, News 4 San Antonio, here for you.
Thanks, Jeanette. 80 degrees. Charity, what's going on?
Very cool, Charlie. Charlie Lipset. Charlie Lipset. Good morning, gentlemen, from Jackson, Mississippi.
All right.
Broke down, but relaxing today. Life is good. Got a pulse and my sense of humor. Charlie, man, we're sorry you broke down, man. That's too bad. I'm glad you're with us this morning. Hope you get everything fixed and you get back to Texas.
Yeah, get back home.
Oh, and Charlie goes, and hello to the young lady, too. That would be Charity McCurdy, and today's her birthday.
By the way, the national average for gas remains
I did not know it's her birthday. I check Facebook usually in the morning. Didn't get to it this morning, and it shows me. So I did not know that. When is your birthday?
April 3rd.
I gotta learn these things.
Several renderings of the future campus at the old Kelly Air Force Base, including a neon tower. DeLorean announced back in February its plans to build its headquarters in San Antonio. The former
Never
maker of
forget
the
seeing a
Golden Sports Car
DeLorean in
plans to
downtown
market
San
a
Antonio
vehicle called the
in
Alpha
the early 90s, and on the back of it had a Cokehead's Life sticker on it. I thought, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because, he got in all that trouble selling
Right.
cocaine.
Yeah.
I thought, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thought
Smart.
it was the ugliest car ever made.
I guess because of Back to the Future, and I thought the car doors were kind of cool. I kind of liked it.
I just thought they were ugly.
And they made a comeback. They got new ones now.
Clouds this morning, turning sunny this afternoon, and a mixture of clouds also this afternoon. 100. It's 80 right now. Coming up, your Fox Business News at 5:40. More on inflation, the Fed rate hike, and just how everything's costing so much. But authorities say that 2 El Monte police officers responded to a call of a possible stabbing taking place at a Siesta Inn in El Monte, California. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said the police officers shot the suspect immediately after they arrived. Come to their way. Neither officer identified that one was a 22-year veteran of the force, while the other was a rookie. He had been working as an El Monte officer for less than a year.
Mm.
That is not, that is
Yeah.
not cool. The suspect also shot and killed during the incident. Just hero of what they are. They paid the ultimate sacrifice.
It is a different breed, law enforcement officer, certainly, and people in our military who answer the call and risk their lives. And it's just awful when we hear a story like that.
Yeah. So our hearts and prayers go out to their families. And, the only, I guess, saving grace is the shooter, the guy who shot the police officer, coward, did not make it. That is the only saving grace in this whole thing. All right, at 5:40, more on inflation, the rate hike that's scheduled for today, and just some stuff about stuff we buy. I have an interesting story for you, and maybe you guys can help me. Right now, here's your Fox Business News. This is no lie. I drink chocolate milk every freaking morning before I come to work.
Wow.
On my way here.
Okay.
It's, coffee. I don't have time to make coffee, and it's my little tradition. And this morning, the milk said June 1, and I couldn't read the second number.
All right, well, so
And
you
I'm a
assume
freak.
10 at worst.
And I'm a freak about shit like
Yeah.
that. Well, so I found out that milk will usually be fine up to a week after the date on the carton.
Nice.
And I'm the guy that, I don't like smelling it. I don't like
Yeah.
any of that shit.
Yeah.
I pour it out.
Oh, yeah.
When it gets to after the date, the next day, I pour whatever's left out.
Yeah.
So, but little dilemma this morning because I'm thinking, what's the freaking date? I can't read the date on there, man. I'm looking all over the carton
Yeah.
for another date, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Yeah, so my Nestle's quick every morning. Tradition like no other.
Like no other. That and the Masters.
Which, by the way, we got a major golf tournament this weekend.
Which one?
The U.S. Open
Woo!
in Brookline, Massachusetts.
Tiger golfing?
No, he's not going to do this one.
And I'm not watching.
Oh, I will. The U.S. Open is the one that makes you feel like, hey, I don't feel so bad. These guys suck too, because they U.S. Open up the golf course where the rough is real high, so if you hit it off the fairway, you're screwed.
Yep.
And it makes me feel like, okay, they're as bad as I am.
Funny.
It's the great equalizer.
To your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne, only available during the cardholder presale.
Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One. Hi, I'm Elmer at Elmer's Heat and Air. And right now, I'm looking for good plumbers, technicians, AC installers, and customer service folks to join our team. You don't have to have a lot of experience. We can teach you everything you need to know. We have a training center. We can teach everyone to really care about doing the job the right way. To have a service heart towards a customer, you have to bring these qualities with you to the interview. Reliability, quality, honesty. If this is you, then I'm going to pay you more than average to start because happy employees make happy customers. To apply, go online to callelmers.com.
Yo, it's Taylor. A roof tune-up's an excellent way of prolonging the life of your roof. You can get you a tune-up at Roof Fix. That comes with a free roof inspection. It's Roof Fix San Antonio. They will certify your entire roof 100% leak-free, full 36 months. 100% of the tune-up will be applied to the cost of a new roof if they determine that you need one. It is the official roofing company at Thunderdome and Taylor. Get your tune-up at Roof Fix San Antonio. It's Roof Fix SA.
Now's the time to trade and get into a new Mazda from World Car Mazda. Get exceptional deals on the hottest brand at World Car Mazda. Enjoy the space and luxury of 2022s like the Mazda CX-9, the sportiness of the 2022 Mazda 3, or the comfort of the 2022 Mazda CX-5. You'll receive everlasting protection with World Car Mazda's exclusive lifetime warranty and lifetime roadside assistance on every new vehicle. Get going in a new Mazda from World Car Mazda. Shop online or come see us in San Antonio or New Braunfels. World Car Mazda for a lifetime.
Going on now, the final release land sale at Bell Oaks. Don't miss your last chance to own your gorgeous 1+ acre home site with the highest elevations, majestic big oaks, and spectacular views at the area's premier luxury new home community. Offering a prime location just 15 minutes from San Antonio, your 1+ acre home site is ready to welcome you home to Bell Oaks. Come experience everything you could ever want and need in your new country community with a phenomenal new amenity center underway to host your family and friends. Soon you'll be able to enjoy a swimming pool, playground, walking trails, and ball courts. Plus, Bell Oaks is equipped with
All right. I'm going to go get my coffee. Charity McCurdy with the headlines. It is her birthday. Listen in. Enjoy. Yeah, I don't know where our tip button is. Charlie. All right, I'll be right back. I need coffee. I'm getting it right now.
There's no pain, no needles, and no downtime. Now Peak Performance for Men is offering your first complete treatment free, a $600 value with qualifying protocol enrollment. There's never been a better time or a better deal to fix ED. Call San Antonio's only trusted focused linear compression therapy provider today at 830-410-8181.
It's hot, it's humid, it's Texas. You know we're in for a long, hot summer. Nolan Ryan for American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. Beat back the hot Texas sun once and for all with the cool, clean home comfort of American Standard. Consumer testing says American Standard is one of the best, but your family comfort means the most. It's that important, and it's what we do in Texas. Stay cool this summer. Peace of mind is everything in this business. Comfort the way you like it. AmericanStandardAir.com.
A recent survey found that individuals and couples working with a financial advisor are simply happier. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to be happy too. The study found that by working with a financial advisor, it gave you the opportunity to work through thoughtfully your financial challenges, establish realistic financial goals, and even increase the level of communication with a spouse. Investors working with a financial advisor are generally better equipped to weather fluctuations like what's happening right now. But no, just because you're working with an advisor now doesn't mean you have a plan. You may have an account, you may have a balance of money, but what is the plan? And that is the difference a Trajan Wealth Fiduciary Advisor can have. Help us help you and learn the difference a Trajan Wealth Fiduciary Advisor can make. Call 210-985-3100, 210-985-3100, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
The word continues to iron out gun control legislation in the Senate. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the west side of town, the road construction we had set up on Loop 410 eastbound between the Labor and Exchange Parkway has been cleared. Also on Loop 410 eastbound at Ingram Road, we're getting reports of a disabled vehicle on the right shoulder, so expect slight delays. If you happen to see any traffic issues, give us a call on the traffic tip line. The number is 210-785-2601. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $0 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday: cloudy this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now we're at 80 degrees. 532 at News Radio 1200 at WOAI. Well, the Senate reaches a deal on proposed gun reform legislation. Now comes time to write the bill and bring it to the floor. Fox's Chad Program has more.
The Senate's modest package focuses on mental health and protections for domestic violence abusers. The bill scored a boost from the GOP leader, but staunch Second Amendment supporters are livid. It's not just Republicans who have reservations. The bipartisan plan is more narrow than a strict gun control measure the House passed last week. It appealed to the left. Progressives don't want to flood schools with guns and police officers, but other liberals are more open. Democratic leaders urge their members not to let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Lawmakers are hoping to pass the bill before their July 4th recess. Meantime, Texas Senator Ted Cruz says he's skeptical about red flag laws that are called for in the Senate's bipartisan gun control deal. Red flag laws are intended to take guns out of the hands of people who pose a threat to others or themselves. Cruz pointed out on yesterday that red flag laws have been abused to disarm law-abiding citizens without due process. The Supreme Court has already ruled red flag laws unconstitutional in a unanimous decision last year. Bexar County DA Joe Gonzalez says he wants to curb gun violence by destroying guns that have been used to commit crimes. At a recent press conference, Gonzalez announced his plan to have all prosecutors file motions to destroy any gun that was used in a prosecuted criminal case. Judge Ron Ronhell says judges have to rule in these situations on a case-by-case basis. Ronhell says a gun under a motion to be destroyed is usually handed over to
if you want to mess with Jeremy at all this morning, he just told me he's got a relatively new relationship, 1 to 2 months with a young lady. She took him to dinner with the extended family last night. He's a little sleep deprived because he went to a dinner with the woman's.
You know what that means?
Yes. And he says it went well. They approve of him.
How could it not go?
I said to him, I said, you're like the all-American guys.
No shit.
Her mom is probably urging her to nail you down now. Who wouldn't want their daughter to wind up with Jeremy Kolak?
2 El Monte, California police officers are dead after being shot at a motel.
I mean, I want to have a daughter quickly just so that I can offer her up to Jeremy.
I'm just thinking my daughter's too old for him, but you know.
You never know. The whole Mrs. Robinson thing. He might.
My wife is 7 years older than me, so.
My wife is 2.5 years older than me.
My wife is 7 years older than me, but yet I look older than she does.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she likes it that way.
As a matter of fact, I didn't believe her when she got home. She opened this over net.
Jeff Frazier says, Mr. T, now that I can see you and I are brothers from a different mother, we have the same chrome hair color.
Oh, yeah.
Chrome.
Except for, you know,
Woo!
it's actually not as gray on top as it is on. This turned white when my daughters became teenagers. When we were both teenagers, man, like overnight.
Wow.
It was a trip. I woke up next morning. And I remember Nora. Remember our receptionist, Nora?
I remember Nora.
She asked me if I dyed my hair, and I said, well, why? She goes, well, your hair's so dark with your beard.
Yeah.
I said, you think if I dyed my hair, I wouldn't dye my beard? I said, no.
Yeah. Funny.
Teenage daughters do that to you.
That's glad I avoided teenage daughters.
Yeah.
And overturning Roe versus weight in the process.
Although, you know,
Jessica Rosenthal.
I wonder what it would have been like if one of them would have been a boy. My
Yeah.
oldest is kind of a boy, but
Yeah.
but still,
The Senate passed the bill unanimously last
Um,
month.
it was
The measure
definitely a
was
trip.
prompted by protests outside the homes of some justices. That followed the leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion suggesting an end to Roe v. Wade, the decision which legalized abortion nationwide. More recently, police arrested a man near the home of Justice Brett Kavanaugh. He was charged with attempted murder. Well, it looks like monkeypox will soon
Monkeypox.
have a new name.
Yeah, they
A
want to
group of
change the name.
scientists
We were
complained
toying
that the
with
World
this
Health
morning, me and
Organization
Sherry were
that the name
thinking about
monkeypox could be stigmatizing
what else
for
could
its
you call it?
victims.
Right.
They wrote
I
in
mean,
the
is it
context
disparaging
of
the
current
monkeys? I mean,
global
why
Right.
wouldn't we leave
That's
it
it's
monkeypox?
hilarious. It's a funny conversation.
Yeah. So
And
if you can think of a name
right.
other than monkeypox, Curious George disease, maybe, or
And seeing that would be again, that could be a talk back.
yeah, we can do that
Yeah.
tomorrow. So give me a day to think about, come up with a name.
Primate pandemic.
Ooh, I like that.
Woo!
There
A
you
couple
go.
of P's.
There you go.
Primate pandemic.
It's Revenge of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
William Redding's home surveillance shows Stephanie Shinfield arriving in an Uber. Later shows Redden moving a body wrapped in a sheet and placing the body on the back seat of a car. Redden charged with abuse of a corpse. More charges.
So I went third on flashback. So you go third today. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes. Charity, you, and then me.
Okay.
I get the leftovers. I'm
Woo!
just merely a spectator at this time.
And if she doesn't win it on her birthday, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Yeah. That would be bad.
To maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Helen Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio.
Is Opelka back?
Yes.
Woo.
Yes, he is.
Traffic and weather together in just a minute. But
Mr.
first, a check of your
Opelka
money
is
in the world of
back.
business. We say good morning.
He is very popular.
Good for him.
No, I mean, people on this state can love him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The expectation ranges all the way up to a
Yeah, he
75 basis point
definitely is
interest rate hike today.
one of our most listened to segments.
Amazing.
So it's hard to tell what the market's going to do. For now, market futures are pointing up. Dow futures are up 118 points. San Antonio-based Frost Bank is extending its overdraft fee for
You told me about your debit card got hacked. My friend Steve Duraco, I'm at the pool with him yesterday. His Frost Bank contacted him, said, "You have a charge. You need to come in and get another card." And he was pissed because he said, "I've got all these
I know.
bills that are
That's
coming
what
in
we
that
had
are
to do. That's,
yeah.
This is the third time we've had to do that.
Yeah.
At one time, it cut off our internet because I forgot to change it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't the internet working, man? And called the wife. I said, hey, for some reason our internet's out. I'm going to call him. She said, oh, shit.
Yeah.
You know, we forgot. She goes, yeah. So let me get a hold of him real quick and it's back on like that.
That's amazing. That's too bad.
That's what sucked, man. I'd like to find that person just one time.
Yeah.
And obviously it was not from this country, it was someplace overseas.
I'm Sean and Ann's News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Good Wednesday morning, hump day. We made it to the middle of the week. Mostly cloudy, warm, humid, and breezy this
So
morning.
you can stop all that and just tell me the forecast and get the hell out of there.
Mm-hmm.
We know what day it is, and yes, all that. Move on,
This
lady.
report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. As you drive through Texas, keep in mind that "don't mess with Texas" actually means don't litter. Keep Texas roads clean. Until you can get to a always a litter-free state of mind, and don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Coming up next is Flashback, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. We're not going to throw the contest, but Charity, you should win on your birthday. It's the least we can do. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Chris, you go first.
Yes.
You're going to be second, and
Okay.
I will be the spectator today, be the leftovers.
Works for me.
All right, so we know the Fed is, all indications are the Fed is going to raise the rate by 0.75% a day. We've seen inflation all around us, everywhere you go, and now it's time to pull the ropes back on San Antonio's First News because I have a dilemma.
Uh-oh.
And it hit me this morning. I have chocolate milk on my way to work every day. I open up the refrigerator this morning, look at the milk, and I'm the guy that checks the date on the milk all the time. It says June 1, and then the other letter or the other number was faded off, and I couldn't read it. And so I went through, what do I do? I hate that. And I couldn't go wake up the wife and say, can you smell this? So I drank it, which got me thinking that we waste a lot of money by throwing out food.
Yes.
And with inflation the way it is and everything going up like it is, we don't want to do that. So I looked it up. Milk, if it passes the sniff test, it's probably okay. It says here that milk is usually fine to drink up to a week after the date on the carton.
That's news we can use.
So I guess I'm okay with that. What about eggs? Because they all have a date on the carton, but see, I take the eggs out of the carton and put them into the container in the refrigerator and throw the carton away. Says here, you can almost ignore the date because they're probably good weeks longer than that. If you're worried, try the float test. If an egg floats in water, throw it away. Yes.
Well, okay. What is happening to the egg to enable it to float?
Yes. It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good.
Well, no, I get it's not good. I was just wondering,
good.
scientifically,
Throw it away.
Physiologically, what was happening inside that egg is what in Charity, air pocket, you answer that. Science!
It's no good.
You're blinding me with science.
Pasta is safe up to eat up to 2 years after the date, especially dry pasta. We're not talking fresh pasta here. Cheese. If you see mold on your cheese.
Adios, amigos.
Toss it, you can just cut it off.
I still, if there's mold on that cheese, yeah, it's gone.
I hate to break it to you guys, but that's how it's made. It gets mold on the outside of it, and then they trim that off and then sell it.
As long as I don't see it. Once I see it, that cheese is done in my life. Right. Yeah, don't show us how the sausage is made.
You're missing all the fun. How about like flour, sugar, salt, pepper, baking soda?
Forever.
Yeah, they last a really long time, as long as they don't get moisture in them. Get wet, any kind of moisture will cause them to go bad. Bag salad. Why anybody buys bag salad, I don't know, but they are. If it looks good, it's okay.
I buy bag salad because I'm in a hurry. I open it, I reach my hand into it, I throw it in a bowl, throw some tomatoes, some onions, and throw some dressing. I got me a salad.
I missed the rinsing part of it. Did you catch that?
No. 3 times at HEB, it's washed 3 times, ready to eat. Says it on the. It's another reason I buy it. It is washed 3 times. It's ready to eat.
I don't eat a lot of salad, so it comes to I have no problem cutting up vegetables and stuff to make a salad.
I just don't have time for that.
Wait. You can do what now? Pray. Okay. Okay, but do you put water? You put water in the. Just put the egg in the. Oh, I got to go home and try that. Yeah, see, I like.
Nice. I do too. I do too.
I did not know you can do that. Oh, I'm checking that out as soon as I get home. And of course, canned food, it can last up to 2 years past the expiration date. But now we know that if milk passes the sniff test, it's probably okay. So I have to wake up the wife in the morning and say, can you smell this? I can't do it. I cannot do it. I hate that. Smell
It is
rotten
time to
milk.
man up and start smelling milk.
No.
Smell that milk, Tim.
Look, you can have my man card if that's what it takes, but I'm not smelling the milk. I'm sorry. I've been there before. I've actually poured bad milk and drank it. And it's something you'll never, never ever. And I drink milk every day, so I am very conscious of my milk consumptions.
Are we going to see you on a Got Milk ad? I mean, you're a milk guy. Got Milk.
I mean, I drink it every day. Every day.
You'll have that milk mustache, but you already have a mustache, so But you drink chocolate milk, so you'll have the chocolate mustache.
Only chocolate milk in the morning. That's the only time I drink it. Other than that, it's regular milk.
Yeah.
All right. So now we know too much about my milk consumption. Up next, it is Flashback. It is brought to you by Brown Chevrolet.
Do you have an idea for a book? Fiction, nonfiction?
Good morning, Connie. We will pass along your happy birthday wishes to Charity McCurdy. Yeah, Connie, you could on the free iHeartRadio app. That's not a bad thing as well to tell people if they want to wish Charity a happy birthday. On the free iHeartRadio app, and I might even be able to show you that. So, all right, flashback coming. I am going to front sell Kim Commando Daily Tech Update. Then we're going to do it. Then I'm going to toss to Charity. Woo! All right. All right, Connie and everybody else. Little tutorial if I have time. Here comes the iHeartRadio app. Once it loads, now it loads. Go to WOAI. You see that microphone button? You press it and you can leave a message. And now you can wish Charity McCurdy a happy birthday. This is Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. I want to wish Charity McCurdy a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Charity. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then you send it, and boom! It's on the way. It's already arrived at WOAI. It's called Talkback, baby.
If this is you, then I'm going to pay you more than average to start because
We went up a penny in Texas, but we're 2 cents behind the state average.
Diversify your retirement savings with physical gold today. To help you get started, my friends at Birch Gold have created a free information kit on gold IRAs. To get your free copy, just text Safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required.
Connie, thank you. Thank you very much.
And Doug.
And since Liberty Mutual has you will pay for what you need. Limo and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 in a 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Liberty.
They say cockroaches can survive just about anything. ABC Home Commercial Services, we beg to differ. I'm Bobby Jenkins. When you see roaches in your kitchen, bath, or garage, call us. ABC will send a well-trained specialist to your home to track them down and eliminate them. Plus, our treatments are environmentally friendly for people and pets. With ABC's Pest Management Services, cockroaches have met their match. ABC Home and Commercial Services. For your advice.
Chris here for R and
Hey,
woo!
I know that.
Woo!
I know that guy. I know him.
R&R Auto Glass.
What if I'm not a senior at UTSA?
Then you ask them for the sophomore discount.
Stand by.
Here we go.
Favorite source for news and talk. The iHeartRadio app. Convenience on the phone, in the App Store, or online at WOAI.com.
Welcome back to San Antonio's First News. I'm Chris Duel, along with Tim Merryman and Charity McCurdy. Charlie Parker's first commentary of the morning coming up in the next half hour. And coming up next, Kim Commando's daily tech update. But it is time to go back in time. Time for Flashback, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. Birthday girl Charity McCurdy goes first. I'll go second, and Tim will get the table scraps and go third. Here's Flashback.
Man, I'm glad I'm just getting leftovers.
All right, Charity McCurdy, no pressure, but it is your birthday. Everybody listening wants you to win this. 2011, 2012, 2013. Yeah, 2012. And I have no idea either, Tim. So I'm going to go unlucky 13. I'll go 2013. Tim Merryman will take 2011 by default. What year was it on Flashback? Yes! On her birthday! She cannot be stopped. Woo! That is a very good omen. That is a very good omen. You are undefeated in your new year. Back to Charity McCurdy in the 24-hour news center.
I have no idea.
Nor did I. Wow. That's cool she got it.
Yeah. That Charity McCurdy formula works.
It's a good formula. And I always heard that too, like on SAT tests, go for B, choice B.
Yeah, it didn't work for me.
No.
I got a B on.
Good morning, Hector, Renee. John Williams wants to know what our Top Gun Maverick nicknames would be. Got to think about that one, John.
And on 281 northbound at Grayson, we have a disabled vehicle there on the left shoulder. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Search for the job and immediately get quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Clouds this morning becoming partly cloudy this afternoon. Highs right around 100 degrees. Tomorrow, clouds in the morning, giving way to mainly sunny skies in the afternoon. Highs 102. And on Friday, sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. 80 right now. Coming right up, your Kim Commando Daily Tech Update. In the 6 o'clock hour, Charlie Parker's commentary. It's the anniversary of the 2003 and 2005 Spurs championship.
Yes!
We'll give you details on that. And we'll talk about gas prices as well as gun reform legislation. Could be a done deal this week. That's coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Here's your Kim Commando digital or daily tech update.
No one seems to recall the cryptocurrency.
Jimmy Decker.
Yeah. John Williams, I'll just randomly go with Mongoose. Is there a Mongoose in Top Gun Maverick? Is there a pilot named Mongoose? I'll go Mongoose. And Tim might just be Mr. T. Just Mr. T on top of his flight helmet. Tea time. All right, I have to go record a spot. Let's see, where is he? Charity McCurdy coming up with the headlines. Hector Gomez, welcome in. Renee, Connie, John. There's I have to record a Diamonds Direct commercial. Let me give you some Charity McCurdy for your viewing pleasure. All right.
Are here with tools and expertise to help you do incredible things because Dell Technologies believes there's an
Back in a flash.
Do more with a Latitude laptop. Dell Technologies recommends Pro for business. Find a tech that suits you by calling a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. 877-ASK-DELL.
Right now, get the incredible iPhone 13 on us at T-Mobile. The network with more 5G.
Let's do this.
Ding 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 ding.
My travel photos look amazing, and I can share them with 5G during our hike up there. Coming? I'll catch you online.
Switch to T-Mobile and get the new iPhone 13 on us with eligible trade-in on our Max plan.
Reading glasses so I can see my copy is probably a good idea.
How would you like up to a guaranteed 10% growth on your retirement income and up to 20% bonus upfront just for opening an account? That's right, up to 10% per year and an upfront bonus just for opening an account. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and if you have money dying in the bank, an IRA or a 401k, and you're concerned about the stock market, guarantee it and give yourself the peace of mind that you deserve with your money. You worked hard for it. Allow it to grow up to 10% per year for your retirement income with an upfront bonus of up to 20%. These are some of the highest guarantees that I've seen. Did I mention the upfront 20% bonus just for opening an account? Call Trajan Wealth to learn how. These are the highest guarantees that I know of, and you can't afford to miss it. With an up to 20% bonus just for opening an account, it's not going to last long. Call 210-985-3100, 210-985-3100, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Guarantees are based on claim payability of the issuing insurance company.
Going on now, the final release land sale at Bellows. Don't miss your last chance to own your gorgeous 1+ acre home site with the highest elevations, majestic big oaks, and spectacular views at the area's premier luxury new home community. Offering a prime location just 15 minutes from San Antonio, your 1+ acre home site is ready to welcome you home to Bellows. Come experience everything you could ever want and need in your new country community. With a phenomenal new amenity center underway to host your family and friends. Soon you'll be able to enjoy a swimming pool, playground, walking trails, and ball courts. Plus, Bellows is equipped with all the modern conveniences that make it the ideal place to call home, including high-speed internet, paved roads, and all underground utilities with central water and natural gas. Hurry out for the best pick. Once these are gone, there are no more. Call now, 866-999-8966, or visit BellOaksTX.com.
At Diamonds Direct, right now, there's nothing standing in your way of owning the piece of jewelry you've been dreaming of. No down payment and no finance charges for 5 whole years. On any purchase, take the amazing Diamonds Direct price you're used to, divide by 60, and that's your payment. It's a smart way to buy. Keep your money in your pocket and still add that amazing ring, band, or bracelet to your collection. Even the upgrade you've been wanting. 5 years, 0 interest on any purchase. Only at Diamonds Direct. All the details at diamondsdirect.com on approved credit.
Hi, I'm Elmer at Elmer's Heat and Air. And right now, I'm looking for good plumbers, technicians, AC installers, and customer service folks to join our team. You don't have to have a lot of experience. We can teach you everything you need to know. We have a training center, but I can't teach someone to really care about doing the job the right way to have a service heart towards a customer. You have to bring these qualities with you to the interview. Reliability, quality, honesty. If this is you, then I'm going to pay you more than average to start because happy employees make happy customers.
To apply, go online to callellers.com.
Bloomberg Crypto is the new daily podcast from Bloomberg and iHeartRadio that tackles everything from Bitcoin to Bored Apes. Each weekday, Bloomberg reporters and experts from every corner of the industry discuss the latest in cryptocurrencies and explore how it impacts our lives, our politics, and our culture.
How many machines would I need to buy, not that I will, to kind of mine Bitcoin effectively?
Like tens of thousands of
Tens of
machines.
thousands. It's way more than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Listen to Bloomberg Crypto on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Connecticut Water Softener Studio, the last water softener you'll ever own. This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
Progress is reportedly being made on Capitol Hill on that bipartisan gun safety bill. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the west side of town, we do have a disabled vehicle working on Loop 410 eastbound at Ingram. It's on the right shoulder, so expect delays. Downtown, we have a disabled vehicle blocking the exit ramp. This is on I-35 northbound exit ramp to I-10. This is causing delays back from Cesar Chavez. And on 281 northbound at Grayson, we have a disabled vehicle there on the left shoulder. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Here with the channel forecast for this Wednesday. Clouds this morning, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now we're at 80 degrees. 601 News Radio 1200 WOAI. The Senate Majority Leader is feeling good about the prospects for passage of a bipartisan gun safety bill.
Would make it harder for domestic abusers to acquire a weapon. It provides much needed funding for mental health services and creates stiffer penalties on gun trafficking.
Negotiators have agreed on a framework and are now crafting the actual bill. Chuck Schumer said he'll put it on the Senate floor as soon as it's ready. The bipartisan effort was prompted by the recent deadly mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde. The framework aims to expand school safety. It would give money to states for so-called red flag laws, which are designed to keep guns out of the hands of potentially dangerous individuals. It would also expand gun background checks for people 18 to 21 years old. A recent survey says about 77% of Texas school employees don't want to carry a gun on campus.
The Texas American Federation of Teachers conducted this survey a week after the Uvalde school shooting last month. Union President Zeph Capos said Wednesday he hears from teachers who are worried they'll be required to be armed. The proposals for arming teachers call it for to be done voluntarily. Matt Rinaldi, chairman of the Texas Republican Party, says if almost 1 in 4 teachers agreed to be armed, that's more than enough. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
6 families are displaced and a child had to be treated after an overnight fire at the Stone Hill at Pipers Creek Apartments off Pipers Creek Street near Calabar Road on the west side. When fire crews arrived, they found fire coming from the second floor and it quickly spread to the unit above. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control and minimize the damage to just a few surrounding units. There was a lot of smoke and water damage to at least 4 units. At least 1 child was treated on the scene for smoke inhalation, but is expected to be okay. Investigators believe the fire started on a second-story balcony. The 6 families that were displaced were placed in vacant units on the property. No other injuries were reported. The Texas Rangers are investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting in Guadalupe County. Deputies responded at about 12:30 Tuesday morning to a reported family disturbance at a home on Stagecoach Road. On arrival, they saw a man and woman having an argument in the front yard. The man reportedly pulled a gun and shot the woman, and the deputies then shot and killed the man. The woman is in stable condition at Brook Army Medical Center. The man's name has not been released. 2 police officers in El Monte, California are dead following a shooting near a motel yesterday afternoon. LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Captain Andrew Meyer says the officers were called to the hotel after reports of a stabbing.
Officers arrived on scene where they confronted the suspect and an officer-involved shooting occurred.
Maybe you can just answer a question for me. Is Troy Aikman going to be in your store today?
And a second officer-involved shooting occurred.
The officers were
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Where they
Thank you.
eventually succumbed to their injuries. The suspect was shot and pronounced dead at the scene. A bill extending police protection to Supreme Court justices' families is headed to President Biden's desk after easy passage by the House.
The Senate passed the bill unanimously last month. The measure was prompted by protests outside the homes of some justices. That followed the leak of a draft Supreme Court opinion suggesting an end to Roe v. Wade, the decision that legalized abortion nationwide. More recently, police arrested a man near the home of Justice Brett Kavanaugh. He was charged with attempted murder. I'm Lisa Taylor.
The U.S. Department of Energy says it's selling up to 45 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. As part of the previously announced move, deliveries of crude oil from the sale will happen from the middle of August until late September. The Biden administration said back in March it would release 1 million barrels per day for 6 months, a record amount. The move looks to help lower gas prices as the national average price for regular shot up past $5 a gallon this week, according to AAA. The average in Texas today is $4.69, and San Antonio prices average $4.67. Well, all eyes will be on the outcome of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy meeting taking place this afternoon.
Last month, the central bank indicated they will raise its benchmark interest rate by 0.5 percentage point for the second time in 2 meetings and follow with a third such increase in July. However, a slew of troubling inflation reports of late could lead Fed officials to consider surprising markets with a larger than expected 0.75 percentage point interest rate increase to tame hot inflation. A handful of Wall Street forecasters, including investment banks Barclays and Jefferies, are predicting that the Fed will make that move after May's consumer price index rose 8.6% from the same period a year earlier. The Fed last raised rates by 0.75 percentage point in 1994. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
A teacher at a charter school in Pasadena is accused of having sex with a student. Officials say 43-year-old Melissa Carrillo was charged last week with improper relationship with student. Carrillo had been an associate
Troy Aikman will be.
Whoa!
She just couldn't.
See, and that's the problem. Okay, we're hearing it's 11. I guess I can say this is unofficial.
Get there sometime between now and when you close.
Yeah, you will see him if you just
Maybe.
stay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Cool. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
And I think that's good local pop culture. Troy's and he apparently was doing this yesterday. But again, who else should have a beer? See, I've always had this idea for HEB. I forget what ice is it. Mission Ice they have at HEB, something like that.
Yeah.
Why not Iceman Ice? George Gervin, they get with Gervin. They make their own ice, and they on the ice bags they do that Nike. They remake it. Who the hell would buy Mission Ice when you could buy Iceman Ice? I'm a Spurs fan,
Ice.
and he could be doing the commercials.
Oh, yeah. Ice.
Did somebody say ice? It's a golden idea for HEB.
I always thought Tim Duncan should be the Dunkin' Donuts guy.
Hell yes, he should buy the company, or they should co-opt and make him their
spokesperson.
Because again, he's squeaky clean, never had an issue.
All right, we're gonna start doing see if we can get some people on the talk back to wish Charity a happy birthday and tell us what you were doing when you were outside.
Yes.
What were your favorite things to do outside when you were a kid?
Now, when I was really young,
we played war a lot.
Well, hide and go seek at night was fun.
Hide and go seek.
We had a nighttime version called Spotlight, where you'd have to get somebody, you'd have to hit them with the flashlight.
Yeah, we hide and go seek with the flashlight. We used to call it, but yeah. And kick the can when you were really bored and didn't have anything around.
Now later though, 4th of July and New Year's, bottle rocket wars.
God, yes.
Bottle rocket wars.
The worst trouble I ever got in is we had Roman candle wars.
Oh my God.
And I came in and I had burn holes all over my shirt.
Oh my God.
And when they hit you, they will burn holes. And my mom was pissed.
Wow.
And then the guy that lived across the street from me, one of my dearest friends, Dwayne, we were having a bottle rocket fight with the people on the street over, and they come over to our street. And so he decides to run into his house, and they shoot a bottle rocket and it goes
into his house
and burned the carpet in his
they were not happy parents that day.
Yeah, we used to take on the other streets in the bottle rocket wars.
Yeah.
We didn't have the launchers, you get a pipe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And again though, once you got really good at with your hand, you light it and you could time it.
Or you could just hold them and shoot them.
But it was we would light it and we got really good at like tossing them.
Yeah, oh yeah. And we used to buy a couple smoke bombs for the attack, you throw a smoke bomb up and try to sneak attack them. Oh yeah, but the Roman candle wars were a blast, man. And that was like a duel. You just stand straight across from each other.
See, that should be an ESPN
oh my God.
A firework war, bottle rocket wars. Yeah. Live bottle rocket
wars. I went to school with a guy that got a bottle rocket blew up right in his eye, and so his pupil was blue.
Wow.
And he
could still see.
He could see.
It's like a David Bowie thing.
As good as his other eye, but his pupil was blue. Like
badge of honor.
Yeah,
it's like, hey man,
gunpowder color.
I served in the bottle rocket wars, man.
I'm a vet. Coming up in about 15 minutes, Charlie Parker is going to give you details. This is the anniversary of the 2003 and 2005 Spurs championships. gun form legislation could be a done deal by this week. We'll talk about that this hour. And of course, your Kim Commando digital life hack. And those were the days brought to you by Brown Chevrolet before 7 o'clock. Let's get traffic and weather.
On the far northwest side, we have an accident blocking the exit ramp on Route 1604 westbound of Bandera. On the northwest side of downtown, we have a disabled vehicle blocking the exit ramp of I-10, the lower level northbound at Cincinnati. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35, the northbound side, right at I-10. It's going to have the connecting ramp to I-10 completely closed. And on the northbound at Grayson, we have a disabled vehicle there blocking the two-lane lanes. I'm Charmaine, News Radio 1200.
A mixture of clouds and sun today, tomorrow, highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, Friday, mostly sunny, highs in the upper 90s, near 180 right now. Well, we've made it to midweek on San Antonio Football News. Mr. T, along with Charity McCurdy, the birthday girl, and Chris Duel. So, look, we know the weather's changing. It's time to get the kids outside to play. But a new survey finds that 55% of parents are worried that how little time their kids spend playing outside. Which, when I was a kid, you couldn't keep me inside.
Yeah.
I was outside all the time. According to parents, the average child will spend just about 5 hours a week playing outside, which is less than an hour a day. I was inside probably 5 hours a day, and those were just to go in and maybe eat lunch or something, and back outside we went. The average kid, the average parent will tell their kids they need to go outside and play 4 times a week at least. And look, we all spent time outside. I know on my street, the kids would come out. We were outside probably about 9 o'clock in the morning and didn't go back in until these street lights that were all in our front yards had these electric eyes on them. Once those came on, we had to be home, and that was it. We even came up with a plan one time to get some tape and tape up all the electric eyes so we could stay out longer. But that's as far as we got was the plan.
Yeah,
that was it.
Execution's a big thing.
Yeah.
You were too young to reach that whole execution phase.
No, but the planning was fun.
Great plan.
Yeah, it was a great plan. And look, it was simple. We'd go outside. I lived right down the street from my elementary school, so there was a baseball field right there, a basketball court right there. And then if that wasn't the case, we played football in the street.
Beautiful.
And the best thing about playing football in the street is the person would go, car's coming. So we'd have to wait until the car went by, and then we'd get back out there and play again.
The worst part is when you go along on a post pattern and you're looking at the football and you run right into a mailbox. I did that a few times. Those mailboxes can really tackle in street football. Oh,
really? Oh, anybody else thinking about Hansel and Gretel? I'm just saying. It's
there you
the first thing that popped in my head. Hey, shut up and get back in the oven. No. So we're going to ask you via our talkback feature. We're going to let you pick up the mic and talk to us. What were your favorite things to do outside of the And when I was younger, we played a lot of war, a lot of hide.
War was a big thing, yeah.
I love hide and seek.
Now we at nighttime we had a variation on hide and go seek with a flashlight. We called the game Spotlight. So when you caught somebody in hide and go seek, you would have to shoot them with a flashlight. Hit them with the light beam. And capture them absolutely. Yes.
See, we never played but we did have the around 4th of July and New Year's, we had the bottle rocket war.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, those were fun.
Love me some bottle rocket wars.
And the worst trouble I ever got in was during a Roman candle fight. When I came inside and I had a bunch of burn holes in my shirt, my mom was so mad.
Parents tend to frown on
I don't understand
burn shirts from Roman candle exchanges.
Well, that was the whole thing. Well, how'd you get those holes in your shirt? Well, they're burned. From what? I said, from the Roman candle fight. You were shooting Roman candles at each other? I said, well, yeah. I mean, what else do you do with them?
Exactly.
I mean, normal people can shoot them up in the air and they look pretty and everything, but no, it's more fun to shoot them at each other. All right, so we're asking you via the TalkBack feature, pick up the mic, tell us what were your favorite things to do outside when you were a kid. Oh, and if you want to wish Charity a happy birthday, go ahead and throw that in there as well.
Good morning, Steve Duraco, who I played Spotlight with. In fact, I think Steve Duraco introduced me to the Spotlight concept.
Really? See, we used to just call it nighttime.
Yeah, we had to like act as if we invented the game. Yeah, we invented hide and go seek with a flashlight. All right, I gotta check something. Did you notice? I guess I saw a little haze yesterday. Did you notice any Saharan dust yesterday?
I think it's always there.
Yeah. Very windy yesterday.
Very. And I was having this conversation with Charity this morning. Man, I was out on the porch about 7 o'clock, me and the dog, because she always goes out there with me, sitting out there, and it was actually pleasant. I mean, breeze was blowing, and it was not bad. Granted, it was a warm breeze, but it was still a breeze.
Yeah, but this morning when I walked out, it felt like a Miami oven this morning.
The humidity.
Yeah.
Kind of like being in Brownsville, always. Yeah.
Lucinda Sullivan, good morning, Lucinda. Lucinda and Steve Duraco showing up at the same time. This happens a lot on the live video feed. I'm not suggesting anything, but you're just mildly suspicious.
Oh no, I'm extremely.
Lucinda and Steve might have a thing going on. Mrs. Jones. You don't want to hear me sing, I know.
No, it's not San Antonio.
I can empty out a karaoke bar in 2 minutes.
Oh God, karaoke.
Now's the best time to get a new Hyundai at World Car Hyundai. And now's the best time to trade as well. Offers and even the popular car upgrade are all available at World Car Hyundai.
Ding.
Free maintenance and every new vehicle comes with America's best warranty and
Oh
Hyundai
shit.
insurance. Don't wait. Now's the best time. Visit us online at World
Hey guys, another thing that I found out is you can steam your eggs, put them in like your steamer thing that you would on your pot or something, where they're up above. Steam them for 12 minutes, and they'll peel real easy. Plus, I bought one of them egg pods the other day.
Oh, did you?
can
Sucker.
boil, 4 eggs for 9 minutes. It's pretty good, and it peels real easy.
This is Elvis Presley.
One more thing I told you about the steaming up.
Hello, good morning. Mr. T, Charity, Chris. Charity, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Happy 43. Many more.
Woo!
Faithful living.
All right, cool. All right, so we got some sun to start with. We'll have fun with it.
Pre-sale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
Just for you, man. Just for you.
Nice. Oh, thank you. Inspired by Charity yesterday, she used the term cruel summer. And then I screwed up. I thought it was the Bangles who sang this.
Bananarama.
Bananarama.
And it's sad that I know that it's Bananarama, but I do know that it's Bananarama.
It is a cruel summer, by the way. I'm just
Very
saying.
Cruel. Very
It's a cruel summer. Yeah.
Starting early. All right, coming up, Charlie Parker will tell you all about the anniversary today of the 2003 and 2005 Spurs NBA championships.
Woo!
Charity, what's going on?
Well, the Bexar County DA has an idea for curbing local gun violence, and it involves destroying guns used to commit crime.
It's a cruel, cruel summer.
Fire left 6 families
And nobody
displaced
plays
overnight. The
Bananarama.
city's COVID
Yes.
indicated indicator has been bumped from low to medium as cases continue to climb. The White House is reportedly considering a federal gas tax holiday with a national average about $5 a gallon. We'll have the
Sahara dust update.
now traffic and weather together.
Yeah, it's getting close.
Cancun's getting it.
Yeah.
On the far north.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but it was really cloudy and hazy yesterday.
Yeah.
So I assumed it was the Saharan dust.
Did we hit 100 yesterday or no?
Yeah.
We did. Okay, so they're saying 98 here.
Yeah.
What do they know?
That's today.
Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 north.
It was 100 in my house. Let's put it that way.
The connecting ramp is completely closed.
It really isn't that all that matters.
Exactly.
Whether it's 100 in your house or not.
I'm Shannon Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. Shop Northern Tool and Equipment this week for their Father's Day sale. Get the perfect gift and save up to 50% on hand, power, and air tools, floor jacks, shop equipment, and more. Shop in store or northerntool.com.
Mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, Friday. Mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. 80 right now.
Proud to be local. Proud to be your plan. Community First Health Plans.
Just minutes away from Charlie Parker talking about the anniversary date today of the 2003 and 2005 Spurs NBA championships coming up at 6:40. Gun reform legislation could be a done deal this week. We'll talk about that, and we're looking for using our talkback feature. We're letting you pick up the mic, talk to us. You survey out about kids just don't go outside and play anymore. So we want to know, what were your favorite things to do outside when you were a kid? And if you want to throw in a happy birthday to charity, that's fine too. Yeah, why not? So it looks like gas in Bear County actually dropped a cent yesterday. Yeah.
Woo!
Jump on it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and the state average right now is 469. That's about what it was yesterday. Nationwide average is at 501. It hasn't changed. And look, if it stays steady, it's still too expensive.
Yes.
I just don't want to see more hikes.
Yeah. Here we feel good about, ooh, it went down to 467. Nice. Woo. Thank you. Thank you,
What a
gas
deal.
man.
What
Yeah.
a deal.
Let's go fill up. There you, yes.
Well, yeah, because you save at least $1 if you fill up today, which I have to do on my way home because I didn't do it yesterday because I was lazy. So I got plenty of gas, but I'm getting down below half a tank, and I'm using the Charity McCurdy formula there.
Mhm.
Just less hit to your pocketbook at one time. It all adds up the same, but it makes you feel better.
Yes. You don't feel as,
Yeah.
you don't see the $75 fill up in my little Kia Optima that I saw last week. So, yeah.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Okay. My jaw dropped when I saw that. Yeah.
By the way, we have some news if you're a Troy Aikman fan.
Yes!
He'll be in town today.
Woo!
He'll be at the HEB. You're HEB, right?
The HEB I go to 1604 in Blanco.
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm
It's
there.
a big HEB.
It is a big HEB, but I am there multiple times per week.
Now, do we have a time? Because
This is weird.
yes.
Yeah, HEB is not say they have a big display. People have sent me photos. His beer, 8 beer. He's going to be there pimping his 8 beer. Now, a listener sent me a tweet, said 11 a.m. Tim, you called that HEB this morning, and what did they say about?
All they can do is confirm that he will be there today.
But they didn't give you the
Yeah,
time.
the lady said, I don't know what time, and I don't know if there's anybody here to ask.
So again, this is unofficial, but one of our listeners says he was there yesterday and he heard 11 a.m.
Oh, you heard?
He heard.
Oh, okay.
So don't hold us to that. But
So look, the Troy Aikman 8 beer needs a little help with their marketing because
yes, they do.
Yeah, let us know what time it is, and they missed a golden opportunity, Chris. The beer is called 8.
Yes.
They should have put it in an 8-pack.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, you could have
We don't
separated
sell
yourself-
6 packs.
No.
We're an 8-pack, baby.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Well, it just makes sense.
I'm gonna go 11 o'clock this morning, and if I see Troy Aikman, say, dude, Tim Merryman's got a great idea for your beer.
Why don't you put it in an 8-pack?
It's an 8-pack.
An 8-pack of 8s.
I like it.
I like it too.
I like it a lot. And people will drink more of the beer. Yeah. Yeah. Troy Aikman doesn't do shrinkflation. He does expansion, baby.
All right, coming up at 6:40, it looks like gun reform legislation could be a done deal this week. We'll talk about that coming up. But here's Charlie.
Welcome into Wednesday.
Very good. Very good. So again,
You're coming back
I'll start off,
Yeah,
and
you
I'll just
back
go
here.
off your notes, and we'll
just go
round
back
table
here.
it.
And then if you have that I gave you yesterday, we're going to talk about that here as well.
I do have that. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, because I think that kind of ties right into it.
Yeah, it does.
You know, we blame the movies for a lot of stuff, but it looks like they're actually trying to do something.
Yeah. And what should I front sell?
Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Look at this day in history brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. Coming right up.
His second consecutive NBA MVP award. The Spurs finished the year 60-22, first in the Midwest.
Charlie Parker, folks.
Conference. In the Western Conference playoffs, first round, Spurs defeated the Phoenix Suns in 6 games after losing game 1 in overtime. Then defeated the defending 3-time NBA champion LA Lakers in the Western Conference semis, 6 games. And in the Western Conference finals, defeated the Dallas Mavericks in 6 to advance to the NBA finals. That is where they beat the New Jersey Nets in 6 games, winning their second championship and their first title since the 1999 NBA Finals. Your NBA Finals MVP, one Tim Duncan. The 2013-2014 Spurs season, they entered the season as runner-ups in the 2013.
Good morning, Louisa. I'll turn this camera around because the microphone is on the front of this camera, which is aimed at Tim. So if I talk to you during this break, the audio might be a little better.
First in the Southwest, first in the Western Conference. In the playoffs, they defeated the Mavericks in 7 games, following defeated Portland in 5 games in the semis, Oklahoma City in 6 to advance to the finals for the 6th time in franchise history. Spurs avenged their NBA Finals loss, defeating Miami in 5 games, winning their 5th NBA championship.
It's weird having 2 of me on the screen. That's just weird.
By the way, outscored the Heat in the series by the
I'm just saying.
average point differential in finals history. This is going to be hard, but San Antonio's Kawhi Leonard was named the finals most valuable player. I'm Charlie Parker.
Hey, good morning. It's Charity McCurdy. You know who you are. There are 2 kinds of lawn people out there. Those that like to do it all themselves, mow, edge, sweep, everything, and the people that like to have someone else do all that hard work. Well, if you're in the second group, listen up.
So Steve Duraco, I'm thinking,
ABC Home and Commercial Service.
I don't know. Think about maybe going to HEB. Maybe go see Troy Aikman. Maybe get some. I was gonna take a timeout from drinking beer beginning today, and if Troy Aikman comes to your HEB, bring an 8 beer, which I haven't tried yet. They tell me it's a little tasteless. Steve Duraco has tasted the 8 beer. So I don't know, man. I did say good morning to you, Louisa, didn't I? If not, I'm saying good morning now. All right, I need this.
And the list goes on. And you can save even more right now during Safe Showers Bath Makeover event. Get half-off installation of a new walk-in shower bathtub. Ask about interest-free financing. Payments as low as $99 a month. Senior, military, and first responders discounts are available. Set up your free in-home design consultation today. Call 210-655-1111 or go to safeshowers.com.
Are you tired of worrying about your old roof? Worrying about every time there's rain or severe weather in the forecast? Worrying about when you'll finally have to go ahead and replace that old roof? This is Danny Bose with Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. Let us take the worry out of your life by installing a lifetime metal roof. No one knows more about metal roofing than Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. We're a locally owned and highly respected company that only does metal roofs. Stainless steel metal roof from Southwest Metal Roofing Systems is the most weather resistant and watertight roof available. It's energy
efficient, and it's one of the best-looking roofs out there. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems not only serves San Antonio, but just about South Central Texas. So when there's rain in the forecast, stop worrying about your old roof and call us today at 210-822-6868. That's 210-822-6868 for a free, no-obligation estimate. Stop worrying about rainy days. Call us today at 210-822-6868. Check out our website at swmetalroofing.com. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems. Do it once, do it for life.
Hey, it's Charity. No question the San Antonio area housing market remains strong, but current economic conditions means homes have to be marketed aggressively in order to get top dollar. Now is the time to maximize your value with Chris Waters. If you're worried about repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home, don't sweat it. Chris Waters can get the job done. There are no.
It is 6:30. Good morning.
You can stay in your home after the sale stress-free while you close on your dream home. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Chris Waters guarantees multiple offers on your home in 5 days, or it's sold for free. Get maximum convenience and maximum sales price. Camilla in San Antonio went with Chris after firing her old agent after sitting on the market for 5 months with that other realty. Her home sold in less than 30 days. Chris Waters.
Wow.
Waters is the only real estate
Louisa says,
in trust with the sale of my home.
you better go to the bank first because Troy Aikman's beer is pretty expensive. It costs more than Ultra and tastes less than Ultra, from what I hear.
Do you have an idea for a book? Fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called the Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn your book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little.
Connie writes, that's why you drink Yingling. I've had Yingling, unlike 8. Yingling's good. I like it.
Lose 20 pounds or more by this time next month with RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Charity with the headlines. It is Charity's birthday.
A bipartisan gun reform bill moves closer to a floor vote. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the far northwest side, we have an accident blocking the exit ramp of Loop 1604 westbound at Bandera. On the northwest side of downtown, the disabled vehicle we are working on I-10, the lower level northbound exit ramp to Cincinnati has been cleared. The exit ramp has been reopened. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. The connecting ramp is completely closed. And on 281 northbound at Grayson, the disabled vehicle we are working there has been cleared. I'm Shannon Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples' free PC tune-up event is this Saturday and Sunday. Bring your existing PC to any Staples to improve your startup and operating speeds and junk file removal, plus free tune-up software good for a year. Valid in store on existing Windows devices only. Appointments encouraged by phone or in stores. Staples.
Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday: cloudy this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now, we are at 79 degrees. 634 at News Radio 1200 WOAI. The group of senators negotiating on a gun reform bill say they have a framework in place. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell explains the importance of passing gun reform legislation.
If this framework becomes the actual piece of legislation, it's a step forward on a bipartisan basis, and further demonstrates to the American people that we can come together, which we have done from time to time on things like infrastructure and postal reform, to make progress with the country.
Some of the issues agreed upon in the framework include enhanced red flag laws, background checks for Americans under 21 years of age, and funding for school security and mental health programs. However, Texas Senator Ted Cruz has concerns. Red flag laws are intended to take guns out of the hands of people who pose a threat to others or themselves. Cruz pointed out yesterday that red flag laws have been abused to disarm law-abiding citizens without due process. The Supreme Court has already ruled red flag laws unconstitutional in a unanimous decision last year. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo wants the Texas legislature to do something about violent crime involving children and guns. In a press conference yesterday, Hidalgo said Governor Abbott should call a special session for the passage of more gun control laws. She also proposed a study of youth gun violence, specifically in Harris County. Hidalgo pointed out that just this week alone, 3 teens were shot in southeast Houston, including a 14-year-old boy in critical condition. The family of a San Antonio teen who was shot and killed by police is now suing the city.
AJ Hernandez was driving a stolen car and T-boned a police cruiser which tried to pull him over. An officer who saw the crash shot the 13-year-old dead, fearing for his fellow officer's life. Family attorney Lee Merritt says the officer opened fire about 1 second after the collision.
In my opinion, he did not have sufficient time to obtain a target to warn the driver that he would shoot.
He says that shot came so quickly it could have been an accident. The family is suing the city and is asking the officer to be arrested for a civil rights violation. I'm Beth Myers, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, a nationwide tampon shortage is rattling shoppers. A CVS spokesperson says suppliers have not been able to fulfill their entire orders of feminine care products in recent weeks. Procter & Gamble, the maker of Tampax, attributes the crunch to an increase in demand, but assures consumers they're working with retail partners to make sure store shelves are not empty. According to data from Nielsen IQ, the average cost for a package of tampons is up nearly 10% in the past year, while a package of pads has risen over 8%. It is 6:37, traffic and weather together in just a minute. But first, a check of your money in the world of business. As all eyes will be on the Fed's expected rate hike. We say good morning to Ed Corey, live at the Bloomberg News Desk.
Yeah, the hike is expected, Charity. We'll find out exactly how much later today. For now, the Dow futures are positive. They're up 190.
Going to spin this microphone back to Tim Merryman. We're about to jump into the next segment.
But it is leaving Illinois and moving to Texas, to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, to be specific. The machinery producer says the move will help it find new talent and improve global access to its employees, customers, and dealer network because of the 2 major airports.
Woo! End of this segment is just a lockout, right? So it's not a toss to Charity or anything.
No, those were the days.
Yeah, okay.
Live on the Bloomberg Business Report, I'm Ed Corey on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Things said, no matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Charity McCurdy, News Radio 1200 WOAI. Now traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the far northwest side, we have an accident blocking the exit ramp of Loop 1604 westbound at Bandera. On the northwest side of downtown, the disabled vehicle we are working on I-10, the lower level northbound exit ramp to Cincinnati, has been cleared. The exit ramp has been reopened. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. The connecting ramp is completely closed. And on 281 northbound at Grayson, the disabled vehicle we are working there has been cleared. I'm Shannon Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. Shop Northern Tool and Equipment this week for their Father's Day sale. Get the perfect gift and save up to 50% on hand, power, and air tools, floor jacks, shop equipment, and more. Shop in-store or northerntool.com.
Good Wednesday morning up there. We made it to the middle of the week. Mostly cloudy this morning with a few sprinkles around. This afternoon, partly sunny behind the hazy sky, high 98. Having your all of it for that high news for San Antonio.
This report is sponsored by TxDOT. TxDOT reminds drivers to be extra cautious when traveling through oil and gas areas.
So we got a bunch of them.
Woo!
Big trucks, plenty of room, and
Here we go.
100%
All right.
on driving. Put the phone away when you're behind the wheel. Be safe. Drive smart.
Welcome back to San Antonio's First News. I'm Chris Duel, along with Mr. T, Tim Merryman, birthday girl Charity McCurdy, and coming up, those were the days, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. Charlie Parker will take us on a trip down memory lane in just a few moments. But Tim and Charity, as you've been talking about this morning, and Charity, you've just been reporting here at the bottom of the hour, gun reform legislation expected to be a done deal later this week. New York Democrat Chuck Schumer says he will put this bill on the Senate floor once it's ready. Apparently it is close, and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell doesn't appear ready to block it. He is the 11th Senate Republican coming out in support of this framework. And Charity, I this horrible tragedy in Uvalde, at least, a bit of a silver lining here if we can get some bipartisan cooperation on Capitol Hill, and it looks like we're headed in that direction.
Yeah, and if you don't know, there will be money given to states for so-called red flag laws designed to keep the guns out of hands of potentially dangerous people. Also expands background checks for people 18 to 21, specifically that youth offenses can be part of the background investigation, which has never happened before.
And it's time for that. You want to protect young people. Do stupid things and they get into trouble with the law. I get that. But given the climate, kids are getting killed typically by kids. The 18-year-old shooter in Uvalde, the 18-year-old shooter in that supermarket in Buffalo. I'm sorry that we've arrived at this place in our history. But yeah, you get in trouble with the law as a youth. And I think that needs to be evaluated as to whether or not you might be a threat when you're between 18 and 21.
And let kids know that there are consequences for your actions.
Yes.
That was something that was taught to me by my dad throughout my childhood. If you do something wrong, there are consequences.
Yeah, my biggest fear, I was told this a number of times in elementary and junior high school, Chris, this is going to go on your permanent record. Did you ever get that? It's like, oh my God, that's going to go on I'm screwed. It's going to go on my permanent record.
And where is that permanent record?
I know.
That's what I want to know, because I got told that in school a lot too. No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
No. And that is a permanent record.
Yes. Yes. Well, and Tim, you've been tracking a story as well. Not only is there hopefully progress on Capitol Hill that will be made in the Senate this week, but Hollywood now trying to take some action as well.
Yeah, because one of the first things that comes up whenever these tragedies happen is the violence in TV shows, movies. Well, there's about 200 showbiz pros, including Amy Schumer, Shonda Rhimes, Judd Apatow, Jimmy Kimmel, have signed an open letter urging the industry to be more responsible when they're depicting gun use on screen. Now, they're not saying it's not calling for censorship, but they'd like Hollywood to start doing a few things, like showing consequences for reckless gun use and limiting scenes that include children and guns.
I agree. You have analysts and psychologists saying movies and video games are not to blame. I can't believe that. I just think common sense, especially if you're young and impressionable and you see image after image after image after image of gun violence in movies and in video games, that's common sense tells me that has an impact. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Or Grand Theft Auto or anything like that. Interestingly, though, I mentioned 200 showbiz pros. I mentioned some of the names, also including Julianne Moore, Mark Ruffalo, horror director Eli Roth, Joe Dante, Debbie Allen, and Adam Brody. You know whose name is not on this list, interestingly enough?
Who?
One Alec Baldwin. You think he
Ooh,
would be
my
the first guy to
gosh.
step up?
Yes.
Yeah, he is missing from this. And we will have more on this coming up throughout the morning because I think it's a big deal.
Yeah, I think it's a really big deal. And I want to talk more about Alec Baldwin. He should have jumped at the
He
opportunity.
should have been named one.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
guy that signed it first.
Totally agree. All right. Coming up, Charlie Parker takes us through Those Were the Days, brought to you by Brown Chevrolet. You're listening to San Antonio's First News on News Radio 1200 WOAI. Woo, nobody got hurt.
No, very little blood was spilled.
Very little.
Very little.
Just a little, but very little.
All right, in this last segment, I'm gonna play this one talk back, talking about what you did outside and wishing Charity happy birthday. So
Perfect.
we'll kill two birds with one stone here.
Okay.
And actually, she's gonna be surprised. Elvis.
Unbelievable. The
Elvis
king.
freaking Presley.
So that you thought he was dead.
No. God,
No.
No, he is joining us from beyond.
Stunning.
So that's upstairs.
Elvis loves this
Upstairs
show.
at Graceland.
Yeah, Elvis loves this show.
That's from the beyond, otherwise known as upstairs at Graceland.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I begged that lady, just come on, let me walk up there.
Yeah.
Why won't you let us up there? Is that where you're? Is that
Yeah.
where you're? And Cindy's like, stop. And I no, he's up there. That's why they won't let us go up there. It's because he's up there. And I had everybody on the tour thinking, maybe I said, well, then why else would they let us go up there? I mean, seriously, let us everywhere else in the house, but we can't go up there.
Right.
Why?
It's just wrong. Thank you, Sam Tobias.
Annie, will you're okay? See how that song stuck in my head now. Damn it. And that's another thing too, man. Hot car deaths. I just don't get it, man. How do you forget your kid?
Yeah.
And
into physical gold. The Birch Gold Group.
And it happens every freaking summer, again and again.
I don't have it in my new car, but I had it in my truck. A buddy of mine made me, it's about this long, it's got a handle on it, and it looks like a piece of plastic, but it's actually some sort of metal that's really heavy. It'll break a window like that. And I
Smart.
carried it around in my truck, man. Just, dog, kid, whatever. I'm breaking the window. Go ahead.
Oh, hell yes.
Arrest me, whatever you want to do, but I'm getting this kid or the dog out of the car.
Yeah.
So and I need to put it in my car.
Smart. That should be standard equipment.
I think so.
Everybody should have one.
What they do is called a crowbar.
Yeah.
But you gotta find it first of all.
Yeah.
They don't make it easily accessible.
2022 Kia Tellurides, 2022 Sportages, 2022 Sorrentos, 2022 World Car Kia. Trade now. You'll get all the money for it and can get your new Kia and save. Plus, every new vehicle comes with World Car's lifetime warranty and lifetime road tax. Any of our stores in San Antonio or Kia. World Car Kia.
For lifetime. If it does not fit, we must have quit.
Johnny Cochran, man.
Yeah.
He was a master.
Dude, I remember, man, watching that trial. Oh, God. They just screwed up so bad, man.
Yeah.
They did.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, and hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain sucks the fun right out of living.
Sucks the fun.
Fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people get the fun back.
Charlie Parker sucking the fun.
Yeah. If you're gonna suck the fun.
Suck the fun.
With healing properties from your own body and putting them into your aching joints. It's done by local medical professionals. This exciting in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. And patient satisfaction reports are incredible.
Can you believe Saturday, Sir Paul McCartney will be 80 years old.
80, my God.
So I'm thinking.
When he's saying, when I'm 64, it was like, oh my God, this.
Now you're past
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He wraps up his tour tomorrow night.
Okay.
And then his birthday, 80th birthday is Sunday.
My goodness.
Saturday. So I'm thinking on Friday we're going to mix in some Paul McCartney during the show.
I love it.
Yeah, like at least once an hour.
Yeah.
Some Beatles, some Paul, some solo,
Yeah.
Go to town. And I
Might
have
have
fun.
to, might have to bring my Beatles shirt on Friday.
Oh man, I'm gonna wear mine.
Woo!
Oh God.
So if you don't have something specific for the top of the 7, I might do Brittany Griner there.
Well, that's what we can do there.
Oh, wait, but you had Brittany Griner somewhere else. I don't want to.
Yeah, I have it somewhere.
Well, yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I can do anything. So,
All right, but, you know, these
what?
are just merely suggestions. Okay.
Yeah, but again, I don't want to interrupt
No,
your flow.
No, I think we should do that there. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
All right. Again, if there's something you're not feeling, I'm.
No, I actually think that's a good idea. I guarantee if it would have been a top 5 NBA player,
I know.
person would have been
NBA, Major League Baseball,
Once
football,
again,
top 5 golfer.
Once again, women just
Yeah.
don't get the
Top 5 NASCAR driver.
Nah, NASCAR they legal. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
NASCAR is one of those.
I'm not a NASCAR guy, but
you know, I've been to 2 NASCAR races. My very first one, the shit leading up to the race was the best. The
Really?
race itself was, yeah. Yeah. Is this it?
so what was it about the stuff leading up to
It's
it?
a spring break for adults, is what
Okay,
it is. I mean,
okay.
people just, the coolest thing is, you know, we camped out there. We had an RV
Yeah.
and we camped. You just walk around the different campsites, you just wander in, and people sit down and meet people and talk shit and
Wow.
move along and keep going. And it was just fun.
Okay.
Man. I will warn you though, the infield, you know, of the racetracks, the infield, that's Sodom and Gomorrah, dude. That
Really?
is unbelievable, man. We were out there, and there was a lady stripped completely naked, running around, and she was getting guys to pull their penises out, and she signed them with a Sharpie.
My God.
And me and my buddy are going, hey, that's all fine and great, but it's a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Come to find out, she was a middle school principal.
Wow.
Just lost her freaking mind somehow.
Wow.
But and of course, you know, the women that take their clothes off and run around, they're usually the ones you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Naked and running around, that was the case. But man, it was just bizarre, dude.
See, it sounds like I went to Burning Man in 2005, and there was, I mean, you ride around on your bikes on the playa, and there were like live sex acts constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild, dude. It was wild.
Like-
And they put the redneck in the hill of
Yeah.
I am not kidding. Walk into the race itself, and the first thing I hear is they outlaw guns. Only outlaws will have guns. And I said, shit, where the hell am I?
Yeah.
And rebel flags everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And we camped right next to where the helicopters were coming in and bringing the drivers in. They would land right next to us. The coolest thing, Black Hawk helicopters were going to do a flyover. All 4 of them, and they're landing right next to us. All 4 of them, they get about this high off the ground, and they all lower at the same time. It was the coolest thing, and I did not have a cell phone to videotape it, but it was the coolest thing ever, man. Like I said, everything leading up to it was a blast. We went to the dirt track on Saturday night, which happened to be my birthday, and we're sitting there, and my buddy Ray's sitting next to me. He goes, hands me a beer. Here you go, birthday boy. And the guy behind me, it's your birthday. And he gets up and he goes, all right, everybody. I had 10,000 people singing me happy birthday.
Wow.
And I'm going, this is a trip. Man.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was like, wow. It was cool, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, the race itself.
Yeah.
I was watching people more than I was watching the race because there are some interesting, and I love it, a sport that lets you bring your own beer in.
That is a perk.
Yeah. And food, anything, as long as you want your glass bottles, you
Yeah.
can bring it in.
The Supreme Court Justice's families is headed to President Biden's desk after easy passage by the House. The Federal Reserve is expected to announce a rate hike this afternoon, with analysts predicting 0.75%. And investigators are looking into the cause of a West Side apartment fire that destroyed 6 units and left a child with smoke inhalation. We'll bring you the latest coming up right now. Traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the far northwest side, we have an
Yes,
accident
he's
blocking the
back.
exit ramp of Loop 6
Back again.
westbound at Bandera. On the
Mikey's
northwest
back.
side, we have an accident blocking the
Tell
two
a
lanes
friend.
and the exit ramp of I-10 eastbound at Fresno.
Shit.
On I-10 westbound at Hildebrand, we're getting reports of an
I'm not gonna have time to
accident.
say this.
Downtown, we have an accident. Northbound connection.
It's his
I-10
birthday
is going to have the
real quick.
connecting ramp completely closed. It's causing about a 10-minute delay. I'm Shauna Nancy,
No, it's gonna wait,
1200
buddy.
WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has your workspace covered with furniture and organizational items curated by Staples Work From Home Style Squad. Now get 25% off storage and filing products, chair mats, decor, and lighting with the purchase of a desk or office chair. In-store only offer ends 7/2. Staples, the working and learning store.
A mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow. Friday, mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. 80 right now. Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, Mike Opelka from the
Yes!
Opelka podcast is back. He joins us coming up at 7:20. That segment brought to you by Randy Adams Incorporated. And then at 7:40, San Antonio First News national correspondent Lori O'Neill. Netflix at a crossroads. Stocks down and subscribers are fleeing. We'll tell us all about that coming up. Here's your Kim Commando digital life hack.
Where you sell
Woo!
give away any smartphone, there are 3 essential steps you must take to make sure that no one's able to steal your money or take over your accounts. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by NetSuite, the #1 cloud financial system. Get a one-of-a-kind financing program at netsuite.com/Kim. Think of everything you have on your phone. Your email, text messages, photos, videos, chats, and saved passwords, along with a slew of apps holding your banking information, credit cards, and even cash. That's why you need to take 3 steps to make sure this information does not get in the wrong hands when you get rid of an old phone. Step 1, back up everything important from the old phone to an online cloud account. Step 2, sign out of every single app on your phone. This way, your old phone is no longer associated with
I
those
love
accounts.
this guy.
And finally,
Gary,
do a factory
Mr. T and
reset on
Charity.
your old
First,
phone.
happy birthday
This
to
is
Charity.
important.
Second,
Put your phone
the first
back to the
trillionaire
state
in
it was
history was
when you first
Israel's
purchased
King
it.
Solomon.
Text
Estimated
my
personal
daily podcast.
worth
It's called
was
Kim
$2
Commando
trillion.
Today.
3, I
School's
got a
out for
mother
summer.
furious at
Plan
me.
your
Her son was
business
so
ready
excited when he told me it was
You'll
his 7th
never get a
birthday and
break.
he was having a birthday
QuickBooks
party.
manual
I
processing,
patiently
integration
explained it was not his
difficulties,
birthday.
and glitchy
That was
delays
7
will
years
leave you
ago. This was
scrambling.
only the 7th
Failing to
anniversary of his
graduate to NetSuite
birthday.
will leave you
A
sad
mad
in
mama
summer
bear
school
has
while your
nothing on
friends
his mother.
party. NetSuite by
Wow.
Oracle is the #1 cloud financial system.
Gary, you're just
No
a
matter how
fuck.
big your business
You're
grows,
just a fuck.
with visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more, NetSuite is everything you need to
There you
grow
go.
all in one place.
We're
Automate
good.
your processes with
Woo!
close your books.
Sorry, Brittany Griner, and I'm assuming we get out a little early
Yeah, if
because
he
of
goes to
Opelka, because we
about
don't.
15. I'll give you a little wrap up.
Okay.
That means don't wrap up immediately.
Yeah, but
We're getting there.
okay, gotcha. But so I'm shooting for 15-ish.
Yeah, 15 is good.
Okay.
One-of-a-kind financing program. So graduating has never been easier. It's at netsuite.com/Kim right now. netsuite.com/Kim.
Annie, well, you're
That's
okay.
netsuite.com/Kim.
You're okay, Annie.
Hey, it's Charity McCurdy. If you've got a 4-legged furry friend, it's time to prepare because it's almost flea and tick season. We are embarking on the time of year when the weather gets really hot and dry, allowing fleas and ticks to thrive in your yard and eventually your house. And severe infestations, fleas feasting on your pet's blood can lead to anemia and in rare cases death.
All right.
Transmitting tick-borne infections such as Lyme disease. Tackle the problem with
Robert Browning, welcome in.
This is My Pest Control Company. The license
Good to see, Robert. I'm gonna
thoroughly inspect the house and yard, answer any questions.
I'm gonna write an article today for the website of your Mount Fuji climb. So
you can feel comfortable with ABC's team on your product.
that's coming up.
That's ABC. Call them today, 210-599-9500, 599-9500.
Ice, baby, Tracy Bogart.
Forget it. But that could be a big mistake when it comes to your finances. I'm Charlie Parker for Trajan Wealth. You might be putting your money into a 401k or an IRA.
Oh, I know what I need to do. Where's the
This spring, instead of cleaning out your closet, make time to make sure that everything is up to date with your finances. 3 to-do lists that'll have a bigger impact than organizing your sweaters by color. Review your investments. Make sure you're diversified. Reevaluate your situation. Are you going to be able to retire when you want or stay retired? Check your estate details. Do you have a will? And is that enough? Trajan Wealth can help with all of that. Your investments, your retirement plan, your estate plan. Schedule a free consultation. Call Trajan Wealth today at 210-985-3100 or go online at TrajanWealth.com. Bottom line, don't let your emotions get the best of you. Make sure your portfolio is diversified. Paid endorsement advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth.
All right, I'll be back in a sec. Charity McCurdy with the headlines.
Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick.
Back in a sec.
On the wheel. Put on 10 and 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. The economy is heading for a total disaster. The Fed must choose between a stock market and housing market crash or hyperinflation high. This is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your retirement savings into physical gold today. To help you get started, my friends at Birch Gold have created a free information kit on gold IRAs. To get your free copy, just text Safeguard to 989898. There's no obligation or purchase required. Again, that's Safeguard to 989898.
For more information about contests on this station, go to WOAI.com/rules. Retire in 5 years or less. Find out more at lifestylesunlimitededucation.com.
From the Connecticut Water Softener Studio, the last water softener you'll ever own. This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
Momentum for gun legislation is building in the Senate. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the far northwest side, we have an accident blocking the exit ramp of Loop 1604 westbound at Bandera. On the northwest side, we have an accident blocking the 2 left lanes and the exit ramp of I-10 eastbound at Fresno. On I-10 westbound at Hildebrand, we're getting reports of an accident working there. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. This is going to have the connecting ramp completely closed. It's causing about a 10-minute delay. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI. Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday. Clouds this morning, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now, cloudy, 79 degrees. 7:01 at News Radio 1200 at WOAI. A bipartisan framework for gun legislation has support from the top Senate Republican.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell says an outline for new gun safety legislation is progress for the country.
The legislation ends up reflecting what the framework indicates. I'll be supportive.
Lawmakers are now drafting the legislation based off an agreement.
Yeah, Robert, I want to do a like on this format. I want to do a StreamYard video interview with you, and it should be pretty easy for you to access on your phone. So I know we got a drastic time change, so we'd have to figure out a time that's good for you and good for me. But let's talk about that. Ice, baby.
President Zev Capo says he hears from teachers who are worried they will be required to be armed, though proposals for arming teachers call for it to be done voluntarily. Matt Rinaldi, chairman of the Texas Republican Party, says if almost 1 in 4 teachers agreed to be armed, that's more than enough. Officials are identifying the man killed in that officer-involved shooting in Duncanville Monday. Police say 42-year-old Brandon Ned of Dallas had a hand.
Thank you, Sam.
Duncanville pulled out where a summer youth camp was in progress. After exchanging words with a staffer in the lobby, Ned fired a shot, sending the place into lockdown. Police arrived and got into a shootout with Ned, who was wounded and pronounced dead at the hospital. His motive is unknown. The Texas Rangers are investigating. 2 California police officers have been shot and killed.
Police say it happened Tuesday afternoon after the officers were called to a hotel after reports of a stabbing. The officers were struck and taken to the hospital where they died from their injuries. Ben Lowry is the interim captain of El Monte Police and says that his department is mourning the loss of these officers.
Heard that the only way to take the sting out of death is to take the love out of life. And believe me, they were loved. These 2 men were loved. They were good men.
Lowry says one of the officers was a veteran of more than 22 years. The other officer was a rookie with less than a year on the job. Police say the shooter is also dead. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Rudy Giuliani is tearing into former President Trump's aides who told the House January 6th committee that Giuliani was drunk when he urged Trump to declare victory on election night in 2020. In a pair of tweets that have since been deleted, Giuliani wrote that he refused all alcohol that evening. Giuliani said he was disgusted and outraged at the outright lie by the Trump campaign aides Jason Miller and Bill Stepien. In videotaped testimony the committee presented Monday, Miller and Stepien both said Trump's personal attorney appeared to be intoxicated when he demanded to speak to Trump. They and other aides told the former president not to declare victory because there were too many votes still to be counted. Meanwhile, today's hearing of the January 6th House Committee is being postponed. The series of June hearings will resume tomorrow as scheduled.
Steph Curry be back already.
Paxton is urging U.S. Customs and Border Protection to press forward with plans to build a border wall.
Paxton sent a letter urging CBP to disregard the Biden administration's environmental assessment of the project and get to work building in Webb and Zapata counties. Paxton cited a 1 million person.
So again, I just set the table, traffic and weather. You got weather. And then we'll talk Brittany. And I'll get out 15-ish.
Construction of the wall was ordered by Congress back in 2020.
And pimp Apelka.
Mike is back.
Yes.
Illegal cancellation of border wall contracts. Joy Bergen at News Radio 1200 at WOAI.
The GOP is gaining.
Oh, definitely. If it was Giannis, he'd be back.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant back. If it was LeBron, we'd be invading Russia right now.
Yes. There'd be a SEAL Team 6 mission.
Yes.
Flores will serve out the remainder of his term before facing Democratic Congressman Vicente Gonzalez in the general election in November for the seat of the redrawn 34th Congressional District. Flores becomes the first ever Mexican-born U.S. Congresswoman. While 6 families are displaced and a child had to be treated after an overnight fire at the Stonehill and Pipers Creek apartments off Labor Road on the city's west side. When firefighters arrived, they found fire coming from the second floor, and it quickly spread to the unit above. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control and minimize the damage to just a few surrounding units. At least one child was treated at the scene for smoke inhalation, but is expected to be okay. Investigators believe the fire started on a second-story balcony. The 6 families that were displaced were placed in vacant units on the property. Well, Metro Health announced a whopping 645 new COVID cases yesterday, the highest since the Omicron surge we saw at the end of February. June has averaged 544 new daily COVID infections, which is almost double the 274 cases yielded each day in May. As a result, the COVID transmission level has been bumped from low to medium in Bexar County. It is 7:07. No matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Charity McCurdy, News Radio 1200 WOAI. A check of your traffic and weather together coming up.
Now's the time to trade and get into a new Mazda from World Car Mazda. Get exceptional deals on the hottest brand at World Car Mazda. Enjoy the space and luxury of 2022s like the Mazda CX-9, the sportiness of the 2022 Mazda 3, or the comfort of the 2022 Mazda CX-5. Yours is everlasting protection with World Car Mazda's exclusive lifetime warranty and lifetime roadside assistance on every new vehicle. Get going in a new Mazda. World Car Mazda. Jump online or come see it. World Car Mazda for a lifetime.
Let's not just say we love each other. Let us show the truth by our actions. Or, in other words, don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Hi, this is Scott Barr, steward of Southwest Exteriors. Everything we do centers around our 2 core values, love and excellence. We don't just say it. Every decision we make and every step we take is guided by our desire to do our work with love and excellence. Our purpose on this earth is more than siding, windows, doors, and concrete floor coatings. Our mission is to transform lives by transforming homes for the glory of God. At Southwest Exteriors, we truly love what we do, and we strive for excellence in the products we offer and the way we install them, because excellence glorifies God. This is not just talk, it's our calling, and it's our privilege to serve you. To learn more, visit us at southwestexteriors.com. When you're ready to talk, contact us to schedule a complimentary, commitment-free consultation. Let us give you the look you love coming home to.
Woo! This is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusive.
Hello.
We
Hello.
only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner.
So will she be home by 4th of July?
Sure doesn't look like it. And this is the 3rd time they've extended it. And
it's not good.
No.
All right, here we go, Chris.
Yep. San Antonio's first news as we move into the 7 o'clock hour. I'm Chris Duel along with Mr. T, Tim Merryman, Charity McCurdy in the 24-hour news center. Charlie Parker coming up with his commentary this half hour as well. And of course, Mike Apelka with the Pure Apelka podcast brought to you by Randy Adams Incorporated. But right now, let's get this party started with traffic and weather.
It was a good day.
On the northwest side, we have an accident blocking the two left lanes and the exit ramp of I-10 eastbound at Fresno. On a reports of an accident working there. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. We're going to have the completely closed, causing about a 10-minute delay. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow. Friday, mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. 80 right now. It's you again. You're the lead, man. If you start me up. Yeah, baby.
And it is and will be a beautiful day on the Ides of June, June 15th, San Antonio's first news. Of course, I introduced Tim Merryman and Charity McCurdy and Charlie Parker. I did not introduce our soundscape stylist, Jeremy Kolak, who does all the heavy lifting, does a great job. Tim and Charity, we learned overnight Brittany Griner, who has been detained by Russian authorities on those charges of the vaping cartridges, the cannabis, and picked the wrong time to be arrested in Russia as this war against Ukraine broke out. For the third time now, they have extended her detention. We learn now that she will be held at least until July 2nd by Russian authorities. And what strikes me about this, T, is she is arguably the top 3, top 5 best player in the WNBA. She is a 7-time All-Star. She's a perennial All-Star. She is a force of nature. If this were a top 5 player in the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball or professional golf, this would be a top headline story every day in America. Secondly, I think American authorities would be raising hell more to get Brittany Griner freed. Why do you think it is that while this is a story and we talk about it a lot, it's still not top of mind in the American media? Yeah. Yeah.
And the third time that they have extended her detention, like you mentioned, let's say the top 5 players in the NBA. If it was Giannis, he'd be home already.
Yeah.
I think. If it was Kevin Durant, probably the same thing. If it was LeBron James, there would probably be some sort of action already taken to go into Russia and get him back.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6 probably would have gotten him out by now.
Yeah, but since it's Brittany Griner and Charity mentioned it, a black gay female in Russia, not a good thing. Not a good thing.
And those who know, Charity, to your point, you make a huge point. Russian society is very, very white and very, very racist and very, very intolerant of people of color. So as you mentioned, Charity, for her to be African-American and an American now, when, the Russian people are being fed this propaganda about America because it is assisting Ukraine in this war. and Gay. My God, as you mentioned, when she comes out of this, the level of trauma, God knows what they're putting her through in Russia right now. And speaking of political prisoners, you've got Paul Whelan, a former U.S. Marine, a corporate security executive, was arrested in a Moscow hotel in 2018. Russia says he's a spy. We haven't gotten him out of there since 2018. He's still incarcerated in Russia. We will certainly continue to track that story. Coming up, Mike Opelka and the Pure Opelka podcast, brought to you by Randy Adams Incorporated. Mike Opelka is back. We'll be talking to him next on San Antonio's First News on News Radio 1200 WOAI. Woo!
Yeah, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
I laughed, I cried, I just listened to it again.
I kissed $12 goodbye.
Can't wait to get my new 8-pack of Troy
Yes.
beer.
See, my only problem, it's right down the street from where I stay at my mom's this week. But 11 o'clock is prime nap time. My nap is typically 11 to 2. Yeah. So I didn't really get a good nap yesterday, but I don't know, when Troy Aikman comes to your neighborhood, it's hard to, and I actually had the thought this morning, because I was drinking a lot of beer at the pool yesterday. I said, all right, I need to just take a few days of not drinking. So I'm gonna stop Wednesday. I'm gonna stop and then I wake up. Oh, Aikman's in town pimping his 8 beer. I got to go get. I can't let Troy Aikman down. He wants me to drink this beer.
Yeah, I have gone to the I don't drink Merryman mantra anymore. It's just too hard to get out.
Smart.
Well,
It's
it
smart.
hurts.
Yeah.
I don't like hurting, I can't just have 2 beers. I'm sorry. That's not working.
I'm a Texan. Yeah.
They sell them by 6s and 12s for a reason. People.
Yeah.
Although I still have some beer in my refrigerator for some reason. When I came back after my birthday vacation, I had a package on my desk. No idea why I got it, but it was a 4-pack of these gluten-free beers.
Huh.
And they're from Golden, Colorado.
Were they good?
The one that I had was real good. My neighbor, my air conditioner guy, is a good friend of mine who went to high school here. Came over, he had one. I still have 2 left. And they're all different. They're all 4 different kinds.
Cool.
And they're like craft beers. There's an Indian Pale Ale that's still in there that I might try. But I just don't get the gluten-free part. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
How are they making it without wheat?
Right.
So I looked at the ingredients and there was no gluten. It's kind of a trick. All right, I'm going to play this before we get to the top.
Good morning, Tim. Hey, it's Rooster. My favorite thing as a kid.
I love this. You've got a good one.
Good.
I got a good one here.
Are you tired of worrying about your old roof?
Okay.
Worrying about
We
every
can
time
do
there's
it.
rain or severe weather in the forecast? Worrying about when you'll go ahead and replace that old roof? This is Danny Bose with Southwest Metal Roofing Systems.
Are you a Netflix guy? Yeah, you are, right?
Very much so. Very much.
Did you ever watch Squid Game?
Did not.
I saw. There was no reason for me to watch it.
Crazy popular,
Well,
but
my neighbor down the road from me explained the whole show to me in one sitting, and I went, well, I don't need to watch it now.
yeah.
Southwest Metal Roofing Systems not only serves San Antonio, but just about all of South Central Texas. So when there's rain in the forecast, stop worrying about your old roof and call us today at 210-822-6868. That's 210-822-6868 for a free, no obligation estimate. Stop worrying about rainy days. Call us today at 210-822.
John Williams, I have lived here since age 4. So to call me a transplant, I don't think is accurate.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together, and then our visit with Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka podcast. We're asking you via our talkback feature. We want you to pick up the mic and talk to us. What was the thing? Because there's a new survey out that says that parents are worried about how little time their kids spend playing outside. So we're asking you, what was the things you like to do outside when you were a kid? So there was Rooster, and he got his birthday wish in for Charity. Keep them coming. We'll share more with you coming up. But what's going on, Charity?
Well, the Senate Majority Leader is feeling good about the prospect of passage of a bipartisan gun safety bill as negotiators have agreed on a framework and are now crafting the actual bill. A recent survey says about 77% of Texas school employees don't want to carry a gun on campus. 6 families are displaced, and a child had to be treated for smoke inhalation after a fire at a West Side apartment complex. And the GOP is gaining a seat in the House thanks to a special election win in Texas. We'll bring you more coming up right now. Traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, we have an accident working on I-10 eastbound at Hildebrand. It's going to have the 2 left lanes and the exit ramp blocked, is causing about a 10-minute delay. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. It's going to have the connecting ramp completely closed, causing about a 20-minute delay. In downtown, we have a disabled trash truck working on I-35 the upper level southbound just before Brooklyn. It's causing a couple of minutes of delay. I'm Shawnee News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry, injury attorneys available 24/7.
If you were hurt in a crash, it's important to act fast. Instead of haggling with insurance, just call Thomas J. Henry. Remember,
Thank you, Robert.
and you don't pay us any fees unless we win your case. Contact Thomas J. Henry today, San Antonio, Texas.
A mixture of clouds and sun today, tomorrow, highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, Friday, mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 90s, near 100, 80 right now. You know, when you hear that music, it's time for our visit with Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka podcast. Mike, we've missed you, but let's get right to it. According to the Biden econ advisor, we should just take a step back and realize just how good we have it.
Absolutely. And Mike, we're seeing some things get done on Capitol Hill. Certainly good news coming on bipartisan support for gun legislation, but also the House passes that bill finally to protect Supreme Court justices, but a number of Democrats voted against it.
Yep. And I learned it from watching you, Dad. I'm sure that's what Charlie Sheen's daughter told him, right? Yeah. Oh, please share. Please share. And we're glad that you're here to help. And welcome back, Mike. And we'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow. That's Mike Opelka from the Pure Opelka Podcast. Of course, you can catch him each and every weekday morning at this time. Coming up at 7:50, Netflix at a crossroads with stock being down and subscribers fleeing. With the details coming up from news national correspondent Rory O'Neill.
Hello, I'm Randy Adams.
Woo! I am back to record spots.
Okay.
Back in a flash. See, I got glasses. I'm good.
Hey, it's Charity. If you got a
Hey,
nice
no, go ahead. I
sprinkler
forgot my
system,
phone.
chances are you paid good money for it. And if it's not working like it should, maybe you have a sprinkler head or two that's not quite sprinkling, call the experts. ABC Home and Commercial Services. ABC uses licensed experts. So whether it's a leak or broken sprinkler head, ABC can repair or service any of it. Or maybe you've got a timer that needs to be repaired or adjusted. ABC can take care of that too. Plus, these are good guys to let in your yard, background checks, all that stuff is done before they ever can put on that ABC uniform. Get your sprinkler system fixed up. Call ABC 210-599-9500. 599-9500.
We're in the most active season of the year right now, and hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain sucks the fun right out of living. I'm Charlie Parker with fantastic news. QC Kinetics is helping people get the fun back. Advanced regenerative treatments. Regenerative medicine, basically taking growth factors with healing properties from your own body and putting them into your aching joints. And it's done by local medical professionals. This exciting in-office non-surgical treatment can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. And patient satisfaction reports are incredible. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine. Get a free in-office consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. They're in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. 210-571-0318.
The economy is headed directly for a disaster. The Fed can either raise rates to lower inflation and trigger a stock and housing market crash, or it can keep rates low and potentially cause hyperinflation. That is why you must take action to protect your savings right now. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to diversify your retirement account out of paper assets and into physical gold. The Birch Gold Group IRA is what I recommend to all my family and friends. And today, Birch Gold is giving away a free information kit about how gold IRAs work. To get your free copy, just text the word PROTECT to 989898. It's crucial for you to get this information before an economic disaster is in full swing. Again, text PROTECT to the number 989898 to get your free information kit on gold. There's no obligation or purchase required, so do it now. Text PROTECT to 989898. Action, action, action. Use your agency. Take action today.
Now's the best time to get a new Hyundai at World Car Hyundai. And now's the best time to trade as well. New Santa Fe's, Elantras, and even the popular Palisade are all available at World Car Hyundai. Plus, get 3 years free maintenance, and every new vehicle comes with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance. Don't Wait, now's the best time. Visit us online at World Car Hyundai North or WorldCarHyundaiSouth.com. World Car Hyundai, for a lifetime.
Hey, it's Charity. The San Antonio housing market continues to impress with high demand, but current economic conditions mean you can't chance it with just any realtor. Chris Waters and Waters International Realty has an aggressive marketing plan to get your home sold at top dollar. If you want to maximize your equity now while the market is hot, but you're worried about where to move next, with Chris Waters, you can stay in your home after the sale, stress-free while you close on your dream home. You pick your move date. Pablo and Andrea of San Antonio were worried about costly repairs they thought were needed in order for their home to sell at a decent price. They didn't have to fix anything and still got full price for their home in under 5 days with Waters. Chris Waters guarantees multiple offers on your home in 5 days, or he'll sell it for free. Get maximum convenience and maximum sales price. Chris Waters is the only real estate agent I would recommend and trust with the sale of my home. Reach out to Christopher Waters and his team at 210-890-5777. That's 890-5777, or go online to ChristopherWaters.com.
I've never seen a used car market this high, but when she drops off, she's going to drop off hot and fast. So if you want to sell your ride, I'd do it now. Grab it while you can.
Sell us your car. UnitedBin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
According to NHTSA, a new car crash is reported every 56 seconds in Texas. Thomas J. Henry handles serious auto accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. To learn more or start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Lose weight just in time for summer. Get started on RM3. Available only at Red Mountain Weight Loss.
This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
The work continues, ironing out gun control legislation in the Senate. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, we have an accident working on I-10 eastbound at Hildebrand. It's going to have the 2 left lanes and the exit ramp blocked, is causing about a 10-minute delay. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. It's going to have the connecting ramp completely closed, is causing about a 20-minute delay. In downtown, we have a disabled trash truck working on I-35B upper level southbound just before Brooklyn. It's causing a couple of minutes of delay. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $0 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday: cloudy this morning, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now we're at 80 degrees under cloudy skies. 7:33 at News Radio 1200 at WOAI. Well, the Senate reached a deal on a proposed gun reform legislation, and now comes time to write the bill and bring it to the floor. Fox's Chad Pergram has more.
The Senate's modest package focuses on mental health and protections for domestic violence abusers. The bill scored a boost from the GOP leader, but staunch Second Amendment supporters are livid. It's not just Republicans who have reservations. The bipartisan plan is more narrow than a strict gun control measure the House passed last week. It appealed to the left. Progressives don't want to flood schools with guns and police officers, but other liberals are more open. Democratic leaders urge their members not to let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Lawmakers are hoping to pass the bill before their July 4th recess. Meantime, Texas Senator Ted Cruz says he's skeptical about red flag laws that are called for in the Senate's bipartisan gun control deal. Red flag laws are intended to take guns out of the hands of people who pose a threat to others or themselves. Cruz pointed out that red flag laws have been abused to disarm law-abiding citizens without due process. The Supreme Court has already ruled red flag laws unconstitutional in a unanimous decision last year. Bexar County DA Joe Gonzalez says he wants to curb gun violence by destroying guns that have been used to commit crimes. At a recent press conference, Gonzalez announced his plan to have all prosecutors file motions to destroy any gun that was used in a prosecuted criminal case. Judge Ron Ronhell says judges have to rule in these situations on a case-by-case basis Ronell says a gun under a motion to be destroyed is usually handed over to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office for destruction. Well, the family of a San Antonio teen who was shot and killed by police is now suing the city. Attorney Lee Merritt says it was not necessary for the officer to open fire when the car driven by AJ Hernandez T-boned a police cruiser.
The so-called collision north of Parker and Chris Duel absolutely no damage to either vehicle.
At the time, the officer said that he shot the driver because he feared for his fellow officer's life. 13-year-old AJ Hernandez was behind the wheel of a stolen car when he was confronted by police. The collision happened when he tried to escape. 2 El Monte, California police officers are dead after being shot at a motel. The man accused of shooting them was also killed during the gun battle. The officers were ambushed while responding to a report of a possible stabbing at the motel yesterday afternoon. Investigators now say it doesn't appear a stabbing took place. One of the slain officers was a 22-year veteran of the force, while the other had been with the El Monte Police Department for less than a year. One officer was shot in a motel room while the other was shot on the street. Investigators have yet to release further information about the suspect. Well, several critical Supreme Court case decisions have yet to come down, but at least one opinion is scheduled for release today.
One pending decision is a Second Amendment-related case out of New York, where a state law limits concealed carry permits to those who demonstrate a special need to be armed outside of the home. Another case relates to the Trump-era Remain in Mexico program, which the Biden administration is trying to end. It forces asylum seekers to wait out their cases in Mexico. A religious liberty case is also pending. A former high school football coach in Washington state sued over his dismissal from the district after praying on the field. Of course, the big case is Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization. A draft opinion that leaked in May showed the court potentially upholding Mississippi's ban on abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy and overturning Roe versus Wade in the process. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Well, don't look now, but it looks like monkeypox will soon have a new name.
A group of scientists complained to the World Health Organization that the name monkeypox could be stigmatizing for its victims. They wrote, in the context of the current global outbreak, continued reference to and nomenclature of this virus being African is not only inaccurate, but is also discriminatory. The CDC says the virus was actually first found in monkeys at a Danish research facility back in 1958. So the WHO has announced it's going to rename the virus as soon as possible. The disease has infected over 1,600 people in 39 different countries so far this year. Jill Nato, Fox News.
It is 7:37, traffic and weather together in just a minute. But first, a check of your money in the world of business, as all eyes will be on the Fed's expected rate hike this afternoon. We say good morning to Ed Corey, live at the Bloomberg News Desk.
Yeah, we're expecting a rate hike, maybe 75 basis points. We were looking for a lower one a couple of weeks ago, but as the Fed fights inflation, Charity, more investors today are expecting a higher rate hike, maybe around that 75 basis point mark. For now, the Dow future is looking pretty good. They're up almost 200 points. Changes are coming to Port San Antonio. One is an office tower that will house DeLorean Motors' new corporate headquarters. Crane says that the workforce could reach
DeLorean,
450 employees.
your dream car.
That building could accommodate other companies as well. Oil is down 34 cents.
And if they don't have a flux capacitor, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not playing.
Live with the Bloomberg Business Report on Corey on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Thanks, Ed.
Said, no matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Charity McCurdy, News Radio 1200 WOAI. Now traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northwest side, we have an accident working on I-10 eastbound at Hildebrand. It's going to have the 2 left lanes and the exit ramp locked, is causing about a 10-minute delay. Downtown, we have an accident working on I-35 northbound connecting ramp to I-10. It's going to have the connecting ramp completely closed, is causing about a 20-minute delay. In downtown, we have a disabled trash truck working on I-35.
There you go, Sam.
Southbound just before Brooklyn. It's causing a couple of minutes.
A little Back to the Future reference from Sam Tobias.
Oh, yeah?
I'm always good for that.
Texas Department of Transportation. As you drive through Texas, keep in mind that don't mess with Texas actually means don't litter. Keep Texas roads clean and beautiful by holding on to your litter until you can get to a trash can. Always keep a litter-free state of mind and don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Good morning and happy Wednesday. Mostly cloudy, warm, humid, and breezy this morning. Could see a few sprinkles in the area this afternoon. Partly sunny behind a hazy sky. High 98. Time of meteorologist from Kaye News for San Antonio.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Is sponsored by Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel.
The Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel. Summer giveaways.
Is that pot stopping on you again?
It's that one. It's A and C have both done it now.
You know how to send a trouble ticket in?
No, I can do it after.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Casino Hotel.
740, San Antonio's First News. Mr. T, along with Charity McCurdy and Chris Duel. And we're joined by our San Antonio First News national correspondent, Rory O'Neill. So we've heard a lot about Netflix lately. First, it was quit sharing the passwords. We know the stock is down, like all stock is right now. And we're losing subscribers to Netflix. What's next? Ow.
Yeah, Rory, this is Chris. I'm a freak. I mean, all those subscription sites you mentioned, I got them. Hulu, Apple TV Plus, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. I'm wondering, Netflix is having all of these problems and the drop by 72%. Are these other subscription services having similar problems?
That's a great question. And since they've, I guess, cracked down on people sharing passwords, that's probably going to hurt them as well. As always, appreciate the update. That's San Antonio First News national correspondent Rory O'Neill, and I'm with you, Charity. There's a million things on are available, but nothing to watch. Somebody needs to come up with a guide. Yes.
Well, and that's why I have so many services. There's like one or two on each. It's like he mentioned Apple TV Plus and Ted Lasso. There's a show called For All Mankind, which is an alternate history of the space race between the Russians and the Americans. I'm a freak for that show. But there's only like on each one of these services, there's one or two. But there's one or two I love, so I can't give up the service at this point.
At this point,
I'm a freak.
Way to put it.
I know.
That's a good way to put it. At this point. All right, coming up, we're going to hear from Charlie Parker. It is the anniversary of both the 2003 and 2005 Spurs NBA championships.
Make this the year you go to our
I've been the line of the morning. A million things available and nothing to watch.
Yeah.
My problem is I spend more time looking for something to watch, and then I give up because I get frustrated going, damn, well,
Yeah.
what is all this crap? And then it always comes up because Sunday mornings, me and the wife like to watch a movie on Sunday morning, and something will come up during the week, and I keep telling her I got to get a pad of paper and set it next to the TV so I can write it down because she'll say something. Oh, yeah, we should watch that. And then it comes Sunday morning. What was that again?
Right.
And where was it? And then you got to go through all because I've got HBO Max, I've got Hulu, I've got Apple, I've got Amazon, I've got Netflix, I've got Disney Plus. It's like, which one was it on?
Right.
There should be I wish I could come up with a guide where you just, go to Apple TV, what's on?
Yes.
What's the new, because they do have, this is new kind of shit.
Right.
And this one, since you watched this, you might like this.
Yeah.
And half of their suggestions suck.
True. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning, favorite news people.
To learn more, visit us at southwestexteriors.com. When you're ready to talk, contact us to schedule a complimentary, commitment-free
Happy
consultation.
birthday, Charity from Gonzales County. What I played as a kid was not hide and seek because I thought.
Yeah, this is weird. She said that she thought hide and seek was dangerous.
Huh.
Yeah, we're gonna play this. We're gonna touch on this real quick and set it up again. And, that kind of thing. They got more coming in. We got more we haven't played yet.
Worrying about when you'll finally have to go ahead and replace that old roof. This is Danny Bose with Southwest Metal Roofing Systems.
Mick Jagger has COVID.
That's just wrong.
They had to cancel the Amsterdam show.
Poor Mick.
Yeah. What happens when you get old, man?
Yep.
Standing seam metal roof from Southwest Metal Roofing Systems is the most weather-resistant and watertight roof available. It's energy efficient, and it's one of the best-looking roofs out there. Southwest Metal Roofing Systems not only serves San Antonio, but just about all of South Central Texas. So whether it's raining or forecast, stop worrying about your old roof and call us today at 210-822-6868. That's 210-822-6868 for a free, no-obligation estimate. Stop worrying about rainy days. Call us today.
You watch Stranger Things?
Yes.
Well, you're the reason. It's the most watched English language series ever.
That's crazy. I mean,
781 million hours have been viewed so far.
I mean, it's good, but it's not. I mean, I don't think of it as the greatest ever. I watch it, but that's amazing to me.
It is. I have never seen it.
Louisa says, why do we keep hearing some gal randomly wishing Charity a happy birthday?
Oh, did you hear that?
Tim is playing the audio. He's going to play it on the air here in a bit.
Yeah.
Louisa, shouldn't we all be wishing Charity a happy birthday, even if we're random or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Builders at 680-KMCO. Just to give you some real news, the Glenn Beck program. Maybe you should pay attention to what's actually happening. Keeping it real. Oh, is that too real? I'm just saying, the Glenn Beck program. This morning at 9 on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
San Antonio Spurs anniversary of not one, but two of their championships, 2003 and 2005 with more. Here's Charlie.
Wednesday, the 15th day of June, it is Charity McCurdy's birthday.
Woo!
And the 20-year anniversary of the Spurs' second championship, the 9-year anniversary of the Spurs' fifth championship. The 02-03 season was 36th of the franchise, 30th in San Antonio, 27th in the NBA. Argentinian Manu Ginobili, drafted by the team in 99,
that you
would make his
do.
debut in this, his first NBA season. It's also a season that saw Tim Duncan earn his second consecutive NBA MVP award. The Spurs finished the year 60-22, first in the Midwest, first in the Western Conference. In the Western Conference playoffs, first round. Spurs
Playoffs?
The playoffs, still one of my favorites.
I love it. Yeah.
It don't get much better than that.
Defeated the defending three-time NBA champion LA Lakers in the Western Conference semis, 6 games. And in the Western Conference finals,
You know, I would never chase after a tornado, but I find them fascinating.
So do I. They're amazing.
where they beat the New Jersey Nets in 6 games.
I would
winning
not
their
chase
second
one.
championship and their first title since the 1999 NBA Finals. Your NBA Finals MVP, one Tim Duncan. The 2013-2014 Spurs season, they entered the season as runner-ups in the 2013 NBA Finals, where they lost to the Heat in 7 games. Embarked
30
by a
seconds, man.
19-game
30 seconds.
winning streak from late February
30
to
seconds
early
away from that
April,
championship. They
trading
got it.
unbeaten
Still
or
Yeah.
including an
bothered.
unbeaten in March.
I was doing the Spurs thing that night. The saleswoman handed me the copy, said, all right, read it as soon as the game ends. Academy.
Yeah.
Starting at midnight tonight, your Spurs championship gear. I'm getting ready, and I'm sitting there, and I forget who it was. And Peter Bolger's in there with me, and we're looking Ray Allen. Ching. Yeah, it's like, and I'm like, fuck, we're in overtime, and we lost.
Sucked.
They, by the way, outscored the Heat in the series by the largest per game average point differential in finals history. This is going to be hard, but.
And there were like 6 straight things that had to go wrong. It's like Manu missed a free throw. We missed a rebound.
Yep. Yeah.
Ray Allen shot. I went back and 6. If one of those 6 goes the other way, we win. Yeah, 6 things. 6 things had to go wrong.
Was it Laura Garza?
It was Laura Garza.
She is notorious for that shit.
Wow.
The best story I have for Laura Garza, man, is they're putting together a Super Bowl party, and this started in, I want to say, probably November, getting everything ready. And she actually comes to me and Charlie. So we're doing this Super Bowl party. Who's going to be in it? And we said, if we knew that, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
And she didn't understand. I said, we'd be rich. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Yeah. Who's going to be in it? Oh, Lord.
Louisa says, I love playoffs. And she also loves, I'm a man. I'm 40. That's another one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And the other, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
And we let them off the hook.
I love that one.
That's a great one.
Dennis Green.
Pay attention to road conditions. And remember, when passing, to make sure there's plenty of room to get around. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
A mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, and then on Friday, mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. It's 80 right now.
Dury's Guns will back up your purchase with a lifetime warranty. Go to Dury'sGuns.com.
Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour in about a little over 15 minutes, Fed policymakers are expected to announce an interest rate hike. We'll get the details from our national correspondent, Noam Layden, coming up at 8:10. So a new survey out says that 55% of parents are worried about how little time their kids are playing outside. The average parent will tell their kids to go outside and play at least 4 times a week. So we're asking you, when you were a kid, what was the thing that you like to do outside? And we're taking your input via the talkback feature. We're letting you pick up the mic and tell us like this. Yeah, and I don't get the hide and seek being dangerous. It's only dangerous if nobody looks for you.
Yes. That happened to me a few times. But now, I mean, come on, Roman candle wars, bottle rocket fights are dangerous. Hide and go seek, that's not dangerous.
I just don't.
Yeah.
Oh, so,
yeah, you don't want to go hide 3 blocks over.
no,
They may not find
set
you.
boundaries. Boundaries were our street. You couldn't go into the school at the end of the street, and you couldn't go past the cross street that came in right before you got to Military Drive. Those were our boundaries when we played hide and go seek, and that was it. But I never. I guess the times have changed, because I don't find that as a dangerous game at all.
Well, now with everybody packing heat in their house, if you go snooping around somebody's house three doors down and they're not looking for you, I don't know. Maybe it is dangerous now. I don't know. Yeah.
Is drinking out of somebody's hose that you don't know dangerous?
Drinking out of a hose on a hot summer day when I was a kid, the taste of that rubber water going, it was delicious. There's nothing like a rubber hose on a hot summer's day when you're a kid and you're thirsty.
And remember, you used to have to let the water run for a minute.
Yeah.
To get the hot water out, and then it was cool a little bit. And we used to just walk up to people wherever.
Oh, any house, turn on that faucet and start drinking out of that hose.
As long as if it was wound up, you rewind it back up and turn the water off.
I may go drink out of a hose later today when it gets to be about 99.
Why don't they bottle water that tastes
Yes,
like that?
hose water, everybody.
Hose water.
It's like you were a kid.
You know what? We might be able to do a product.
Yeah, and we got a slogan: "Get hosed." It would be great.
And we're coming a 9-pack.
Yes. Take that, Troy Aikman, and your 8 beer at HEB, 1604 in Blanco.
Yeah,
supposedly at 11 o'clock today, but we don't have that confirmed yet.
But if you show up at 11,
yeah. When Troy Aikman comes to your HEB charity, I think you're supposed to be there for Troy Aikman. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah,
and the displays. Don't forget the displays, yes.
Yeah, I picked a bad day to quit drinking because Troy Aikman's coming to my HEB and he wants me to drink his beer. I can't say no to Troy.
How could you say no? All right, coming up at 8:10, we're going to check in with our national news correspondent, Noam Layden, on so I guess it's a suggested or supposed rate hike today. It hasn't been confirmed yet. We'll get the details coming up from Noam Layden.
You seem a little heated, my Parks.
Woo!
Do tell.
Woo!
It's so hot, man.
Good times.
Yes.
Damn good.
It's so hot, I can't even put my hands in my hot pockets.
They broke the record for cereal box dominoes.
My goodness. Swell in sweltering with a frosty selection of all your fermented favorites. From frozen mixers and hundreds of ice-cold beers to the chilliest of chilled Chardonnays. What say my chili chum now?
Charity McCurdy coming up.
The shiver in my timbers with an Arctic abundance of glacial goods. Now I'm cooling my jets.
It's her birthday.
And feeling refreshed. You certainly put the no in Inferno. And with Specs low prices, you'll have plenty of cold hard cash to keep you cool. You're welcome. Specs wines, spirits, and finer foods. The fun starts here.
Good morning, it's Charity McCurdy. Home purchase applications are down 40% from a peak last year. A good indication the U.S. housing market is in the early stages of what one national economist says is the biggest slowdown in over 15 years. That's why you need an aggressive marketing plan to sell your home for top dollar with a realtor who has the experience to get it done. Christopher Waters guarantees multiple offers on your home in 5 days, or he will sell it for free. If you want to maximize your equity now while the market is hot, but you're worried about where to move next, with Chris Waters, you can stay in your home after the sale stress-free while you close on your dream home. And you pick your move date. Pablo and Andrea of San Antonio were worried about costly repairs they thought were needed in order for their home to sell at a decent price. They didn't have to fix anything and still got full price for their home in under 5 days with Waters. Chris Waters is the only real estate agent I would recommend and trust with the sale of my home. Reach out to Christopher Waters and his team at 210-890-5777. That's 890-5777, or go online to ChristopherWaterswith2Ts.com.
Hello, I'm Randy Adams, learn to buy and sell cars.com. Heard right here on News Radio 1200 WOAI. I buy the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want to buy your vehicle in any kind of condition. Give me a call, 830-708-4789, or check my website, learntobuyandsellcars.com.
An accident with a company car, truck, SUV, van, or fleet vehicle is not just another car accident. Thomas J. Henry handles serious company vehicle accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Need relief from foot pain? Call the Good Feet store at 210-598-8859. From the Connecticut Water Softener Studio, the last water softener you'll ever own. This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
Well, progress is being made on Capitol Hill on a bipartisan gun safety bill being worked out in the Senate. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
Downtown, the accident being working on I-35 northbound at I-10 has been cleared. The connecting ramp to I-10 has been reopened. It's still causing about a 15-minute delay. Downtown, we have a disabled trash truck blocking the right lane of I-35, the upper level southbound just before Brooklyn. And on the south side, we have an accident reported on Sarsmore Street just south of Loop 410. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday. Clouds this morning, becoming partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s. Right now, cloudy conditions, 80 degrees. Get a move on. It is 8:01 at News Radio 1200 WOAI. Well, the Senate Majority Leader is feeling good about the prospects for passage of a bipartisan gun safety bill.
Domestic abusers to require a weapon. It provides much needed funding for mental health services and creates different penalties on gun trafficking.
Negotiators have agreed on a framework and are now crafting the actual bill. Chuck Schumer said he'll put it on the Senate floor as soon as it is ready. The bipartisan effort was prompted by the recent deadly mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde. The framework aims to expand school safety. It would give money to states for so-called red flag laws, which are designed to keep guns out of the hands of potentially dangerous individuals. It would also expand gun background checks for people 18 to 21. Texas Senator Ted Cruz says he's skeptical about red flag laws, saying they've been abused to disarm law-abiding citizens without due process. Well, Bexar County officials are worried about the sudden rise in COVID cases.
COVID cases have been upticking since April, but yesterday Metro Health officials upped the risk indicator to medium. The number of cases in June is nearly double that of last month. 645 new cases were announced just yesterday, making that the biggest one-day total since the surge of the Omicron variant at the end of February. Hospitalizations have increased over 50% since May, and yesterday as well. Officials urge folks to get tested if they feel any of the COVID symptoms. Eric Lankham, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
6 families are displaced and a child had to be treated after an overnight fire at the Stone Hill at Piper's Creek Apartments near Culebra Road on the west side. When firefighters arrived, they found fire coming from the second floor and it quickly spread to the unit above. Firefighters were able to get the fire under control and minimize the damage to just a few surrounding units. At least one child was treated on scene for smoke inhalation, but is expected to be okay. The 6 families that were displaced were placed in vacant units on the property. No other injuries were reported. The Texas Rangers are investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting in Guadalupe County. Deputies responded overnight yesterday to a reported family disturbance at a home on Stagecoach Road. On arrival, they saw a man and woman having an argument in the front yard. The man reportedly pulled a gun and shot the woman, and the deputies then shot and killed the man. The woman is in stable condition at Brooke Army Medical Center. The man's name has not been released. 2 police officers in El Monte, California are dead following a shooting near a motel yesterday afternoon. LA County Sheriff's Department Homicide Captain Andrew Meyer says the officers were called to the motel after reports of a stabbing.
Officers arrived on scene where they confronted the suspect and an officer-involved shooting occurred. The suspect fled the hotel room into the parking lot and a second officer-involved shooting occurred.
The officers were transported to a hospital where they eventually succumbed to their injuries. One was a 22-year veteran. The other had been on the force for less than a year. The suspect was shot and pronounced dead at the scene. Well, Congress has sent President Biden legislation to beef up Supreme Court security.
With broad bipartisan support, the House signed off on legislation providing more security for Supreme Court justices and their families.
It should not have been this hard or taken this long.
House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy pushed for that vote last month after the Senate unanimously approved the measure in the aftermath of a leaked draft opinion overturning abortion protections and following last week's arrest of a California man arrested near Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home. All no votes came from 27 Democrats who had pushed for protection enhancements to be expanded and include court staff and clerks. On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A Washington lawmaker says the U.S. is actively negotiating with Russia on the release of WNBA star and Houston native Brittany Griner. Griner's been detained in Russia since February for allegedly trying to smuggle narcotics out of the country. Democratic Congressman Colin Allred of Texas tells TMZ Sports that Griner is now considered a political prisoner, so U.S. government officials are actively negotiating for her release. A Russian news report yesterday said Griner's detention in Russia has been extended through at least July 2nd.
Here you go.
The U.S. Department of Energy
This is a
says it's selling
possibility
up
that
to
we could do on
45
Friday.
million barrels of oil
Movie
from the
fathers you
Strategic
want to
Petroleum
hang out
Reserve.
with.
That's very good. I like that a lot.
Vito Corleone.
The Biden administration said back
Clark
in March it would
Griswold.
release
Now we're
1
talking.
million barrels per day for 6 months, a record amount.
Willie Jones from Friday.
Prices as the national average price for regular shot up past
Okay,
$5
this could
a
work.
gallon this week, according to AAA. The average in Texas is $4.69, and San Antonio prices are averaging $4.67. Well, all eyes will be on the outcome of the Federal Reserve's monetary policy meeting this afternoon.
Last month, the central bank indicated they will raise its benchmark interest rate by 0.5 percentage point for the second time in 2 meetings and follow with the third such increase in July. However, a slew of troubling inflation reports of late could lead Fed officials to consider surprising markets with a
Dad, you want to hang out with Steve Duraco? Says Bill Cosby. Huxtable. Right. Bill, very good, Steve Duraco. Bill Cosby.
Me with the Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, very good. It's hard to beat. He's hard to beat. Hey, I know it is Father's Day, but for us, maybe a better one would be, what moms would you like to, TV and movie moms would you like to hang out with?
Wow.
That'd be our special MILF segment coming up later.
That's different.
Yeah,
And gives your dad isn't very
that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah.
The towering office building is expected to be completed by the year 2025. Well, a Squid Game-based reality TV show is heading to Netflix. Squid Game:
Don't
The
they die
Challenge will
in
be
it?
the biggest reality
I
competition
think.
series ever. It'll feature 456 players who will be competing for over $4.5 million. The contestants will be put through a
I
series
say
of
Bottle Rocket Wars, Netflix. That's Bottle Rocket and Roman Candle Wars.
open for English language speakers from around the world. It is 8:07. No matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I'm Charity McCurdy, News Radio 1200 WOAI. A check of your traffic and weather together coming up.
Don't let a slick Willie or son Johnny come lately throw you a bad one. Go with a trusted pro you can count on. Your independent American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer is trained to be the best.
This is Nolan Ryan.
American Standard Air.
Ask the pros at Aramindia about their exclusive Advantage program. American Standard equipment installed, worry-free, maintenance included for one low monthly price.
What? MEDIAR Mindia. Armindia.
Yo, it's Mike Taylor.
Yo! And I stood up San Antonio's first news, so I am a pariah.
Maybe you need a tune-up to your roof.
Still haven't talked to him.
Tune-up? That is an
I have not texted him back.
Yeah, I gave him a courtesy text.
and
Well,
repairs
that was
to
nice
your
of
roof
you.
where it's needed.
What did he,
And a
he wrote me something back. What did he write back?
certify your entire roof 100% leak-free for a full 36 months. The tune-up comes with a
Yeah, I told him we promoted the hell out of it. And he said, okay, I appreciate it, man. All apologies. I'll get on Texas time soon enough.
Yeah, don't play that game.
They will repair any
Yeah, I
and
think we
all roof
promoted the
leaks.
hell out of
It
it.
can
We did.
Yeah.
correct attic ventilation. It'll replace missing or broken tiles and shingles and metal that might get up there. Sealed
Up there.
pipes and vents
Come on,
and
get up there.
gaskets.
Up there.
Get your roof
Up
tuned
there.
up with the guys at Roof Fix San Antonio, Roof Fix SA.
Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, they're all attacking America's tech innovators. The left's bill, S2992, would take away the digital tools small businesses rely on, empower China to beat America in the race for new technologies, and increase the risk of cyber attacks. When liberals attack America's tech innovators, they're really attacking everyday Americans and Main Street businesses. American jobs, America's security, and the online privacy of the American people are all on the line.
Right.
Why would Senate conservatives support this liberal agenda that threatens American innovation? We need to stop Pelosi, Schumer, Warren, and the rest of the DC liberals from taking away our technology and making China stronger at America's expense. Call the U.S. Senate today at 202-224-3121. Tell Senate Republicans to oppose S2992. ProtectingTaxpayers.org, paid for and authorized by Taxpayers Protection Alliance.
News Radio 1200, WOAI, and iHeart Radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
Fed policymakers are expected to announce an interest rate hike. How much, when, and what will that mean? We'll get all the answers from our national correspondent, Noam Laden, right after traffic and weather.
On the northeast side, we're getting reports of a vehicle fire working on I-35 northbound near Eisenhower, so expect delays there. Downtown, we have a disabled trash truck in the process of being cleared. This is on I-35, the upper level southbound, just before Brooklyn. The right lane is blocked. And on the south side, the accident we're working on Zartamore Street, just south of Blue 410, has been cleared. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, and then on Friday, mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 180 right now. San Antonio's First News, Mr. T, along with Charity McCurdy and Chris Duel, and we're joined right now by national correspondent Noam Laden. So is this going to happen today, or is it still just being talked about?
Noam, while this is happening, as you predict at 2:00 this afternoon, the last few days, business days, the stock market has been plummeting. Do we think that maybe this will ease concerns on Wall Street as well and maybe have a ripple effect on the market?
And you mentioned inflation. It is at an all-time high. Is this going to be enough to do it, or will there be more rate hikes coming up this year? Wow. Okay. All right, before we let you go, we've been talking about this all morning, and our listeners are helping us out. There's a new survey that says parents don't let their kids play outside enough. When you were a kid, what was the one thing you liked to do outside? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you couldn't keep us off the court. Well, you couldn't keep me inside.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Bring it on.
Shots
Bring it
fired.
on. Next time you're in town, we'll get together and play a little one-on-one. How's that? All right. Thanks a lot. That's our national correspondent, Noam Layden.
Very great. Great. Andrew Ashwood would be thrilled with that exit question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well bring them in.
Andrew was big on make the exit question pop culture.
Woody's was, was Woody Johnson when I worked with Woody was bare knuckle fist fight.
And who was the politician? He asked somebody that and they got offended. He asked a politician, I think, just totally didn't get it and didn't want to play at all. Because what are you talking about? Who was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that Woody question. It was a staple. And the other weird thing about Woody, the level knob on the constantly, he's constantly tweaking that, moving it for no reason. Woo! Good morning, Amber. Good morning, Christopher.
Over the list price. Market Tammy's
Motherfucker.
Start in their new home. Call Reagan at 826-5300. Google Reagan Williamson Spencer Hash Team or look up 826-5300.com and start packing.
Hey, it's Charity McCurdy. If you've got
All right,
a
coming
firearm
up
you're looking to sell,
at
look
20,
no further
instead
than
of doing the
Murray's
gun
Gun
reform
Shop.
legislation, we're going to talk to Jeremy.
I like it.
Okay.
Good. I love that idea.
I'm going to ask him about his night out last night.
Night out.
And just so you know, when he's talking about it, when you start telling it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I thought, why not? I'll just kind of run it up underneath him as he starts talking about it. Hey, there's only one reason why she wants you to meet the extended family.
When she takes you to meet the family, man.
That's it right there.
That's big, big, big.
Are we talking big wedding or a small affair?
Are we invited?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. We're going in.
Yeah.
We're crashing.
And is Tim hosting the bachelor party?
And Chris can perform the ceremony.
That's true. I'm undefeated.
Yeah.
9-0.
That's big.
Woo.
That's huge right there. Undefeated in weddings.
Yes.
Come on, man. That's something right there. I just remember when I got married, I told my wife, "Well, this is it. If it don't work out, I don't care. I'll move upstairs and you can stay downstairs, but I'm not moving out of this house, man. I'm sorry. But this is it. It's the only time we get married. If it doesn't work out,
right.
So far, so good. It's only been 31 years.
Beautiful.
Well, it will be 31 in July. Seems like 50, but it's just me. Dude, there's rocks falling on me. Why am I even driving through here?
Wow.
Oh, one big rock just barely missed the hood of that car. And
Jesus.
Yeah. Watch right here. Watch.
Holy
Boom.
crap. Can you imagine?
Boom. Damn, no, I can't. Hell no, I can't.
It's a good time to have a truck.
Okay.
It's a good time to have a truck and not a.
Just ahead of headlines, traffic, and weather together on this Charity McCurdy's birthday.
Woo!
See, look.
The king, Elvis.
That is live from upstairs at Graceland.
Yeah.
The king. Yeah.
Elvis Aaron Presley.
Yeah, upstairs at Graceland, where they won't let you go up there because that's where he lives. So that, yeah.
Wow.
Hey, people come out of the woodworks to wish you a happy birthday, Charity.
It's crazy.
All right, what else is going on?
Curbing local gun violence and it involves destroying guns used to commit crimes. A Westside apartment fire left 6 families just.
That was not bad.
Yeah, not great, but
factored in how old Elvis would be.
That's
right
true.
now.
That might be it.
That
might be it.
Hey, have your headphones ready, sir.
Does he know?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I'd like to get that natural reaction.
Yes.
I don't want him having a prepared answer.
Downtown, the disabled trash truck is working on I-35 upper level southbound just before Brooklyn has been cleared. And on the southwest.
Christopher Reed's personal favorite was 2007. I was there for Game 7 Spurs Pistons Electric. So, Christopher, do you mean 05? Pistons were 05. Cavaliers was a sweep in 07.
Which I did like that.
Yeah.
Sweep LeBron.
Yeah. The only good thing, 07, one of those first 2 games, Jerome Cohen of Best Tickets got me front row seats because he had been a client.
Yeah.
I never sat front row in the modern era. I did.
Awesome. A mixture of clouds and sun today and tomorrow. Highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow. Friday, mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. We've been stuck at 80 all morning.
Yeah, Foam Foot. I got to see that Elvis movie.
Yeah, we didn't want to sing happy birthday to you, so we figured we'd just play some Cure and we'd be okay, right?
Woo!
I was gonna say that is the upbeat song from The Cure. All right, so our what do you call them, musical
soundscape stylist.
I just call him the technical director.
Yeah,
Jeremy. So Jeremy, last night I was informed that your girlfriend had you go out with her to meet her extended family. I'm just saying.
When she invites you to meet the family, man.
It's the first time. So the first question I have is, are we going to have a small wedding or is it going to be a big one?
Wow. Well, and Charity, what parent wouldn't want Jeremy Kolak to be your future son-in-law? Great guy, all-American guy. He is employed, very talented, very smart, very courteous. I mean, now, was it, okay, where was the dinner? At a home or at a restaurant? Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Yeah, how do you feel about older women? Because my daughter is about 33 and very attractive. Well, apparently you're not locked in yet because you're saying that conversation hasn't come up, but we're going to let you know something here. When she took you to go see her and meet her parents and her extended family, that conversation's already happening. Oh, yeah, they're already picking out dresses and No,
it's happening.
It's the truth.
I want
It's the
to.
truth.
I don't have kids. I want to have a daughter just so that I can, maybe hook her up with Jeremy. Maybe Jeremy could be my son-in-law in 18 years. True. That's a good point. So, all right. So, Jeremy, did they impress you? Did they?
Yeah. How did you take it? Oh, don't worry. If they're not, we'll send them a copy. It's no problem there. Yeah. Yeah. Now, has she met your family yet? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When that happens, you can do that after the honeymoon. That would be a good time to do. Yeah, when you get back. And just so you know, I can run the bachelor party. I'm really good at that. And Chris can actually perform the ceremony.
I am ordained to perform wedding ceremonies, and I am 9-0. Jeremy, never. No one has been divorced. All marriages are intact. 9-0. Woo! Yeah. Live on San Antonio's First News. I like it.
That's the one thing
Yes.
that's not done on the show is have a live wedding.
Yeah, Charlie Parker will be your best man.
There you go. There you go. No, don't look, buddy. Come on, man. Don't. If she's a good one, grab her now before she gets away. And if she does get away, how do you feel about older women? I'm just... All right. This is an anniversary of 2 championships, and I've had it wrong all morning. Apparently, I just don't know what I'm doing. It's the 2003 and 2014 championships. With more on that, here's Charlie.
That was funny. That was a fun segment.
Trying to put too much logic into
Right.
that shit.
Logic. Logic schmogic. Yeah.
Woo! By the team in '99 would make his debut in his first NBA season. It's also a season that saw Tim Duncan earn his consecutive NBA.
Chris, we did not get the upgrade yet. The boss is on vacation this week, so he gets back next Monday, and because he has already emailed the engineers, and I don't want to if I email the engineers, it would copy him. I don't want him getting emails of me, trying to get this going while he's on vacation. I want to minimize the grief he gets from our end on vacation. So when he gets back next Monday, I'm going to email the engineers, copy him, say, hey, where are we? Because, you should be able to see and hear Charity, and you should be able to see and hear Jeremy. So hopefully we get movement on that next week. Today's Wednesday, so 2 more days after today, and then hopefully we get some movement on Monday of next week. Yeah, Louisa, I know. It was a very funny segment. Again, if you listen to us either on the air or on the iHeartRadio app, you can hear everything. But again, we want to get to the point where you can do that here on the feed, like we had it over on Ticket.
Defeated Portland in 5 games in the semis. Oklahoma City in 6 to advance to the finals for the 6th time in franchise history. Spurs avenged their NBA Finals loss, defeating Miami in 5 games, winning their 5th NBA championship, and to date, their last. They, by the way, outscored the Heat in the series by the largest per-game average point differential in finals history. This is going to be hard, but San Antonio's Kawhi Leonard was named the finals most valuable player. I'm Charlie Parker.
This is San Antonio FC Insider, brought to you by Methodist Healthcare.
San Antonio FC dropped a 4-0 decision to Liga MX side Atlético de San Luis Tuesday in an international friendly at Toyota Field. Just 4 regulars suited up for SAFC, and the entire second half featured players representing the SAFC Pro Academy. The match marked the 6th international friendly hosted by San Antonio FC since their inception, and the 5th against a club from the Mexican top division. San Antonio returns to USL Championship play Saturday as they welcome Oakland Roots Tickets available at SanAntonioFC.com.
You don't plan an emergency to happen, but have you thought about planning for one? Like, where's my closest ER, and does it take my insurance? How's it rated? Is it close to home? At Methodist Healthcare, we've got you covered with emergency care for adults and children at any of our 16 highly rated hospital-based and neighborhood ERs throughout San Antonio, keeping you and your family close to home. Visit sahealth.com/ER to find a location near you.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Today at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first dibs on tickets to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Only available while supplies last or until Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so don't miss it. Plus, add a Capital One access pass to your purchase to attend a VIP event with a private performance from Avril Lavigne. Only available during the cardholder presale.
Presale tickets are limited and will go fast at iHeartRadio.com/Capital One.
Active, having a healthy lifestyle is part of your goals. You're having a hard time because foot pain's bringing you down. I suggest the Good Feet Store. The Good Feet Store. Stand, walk, and play longer. They've helped thousands of people live a better life. They can help you. Get in the Good Feet Store for a free test walk today. The Good Feet Store, because you deserve comfort in your life. Good Feet products, proudly made in the USA. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You have absolutely nothing to lose except for your pain. The Good Feet system fits in your own shoes. Bring in your shoes to the Good Feet Store. They will personally fit you with the arch supports you need to ensure your comfort. Call 210-598-8859 or visit one of their 2 locations across from North Star Mall in the Best Buy Center next to Freebirds, or their new location on the corner of Calabria and 1604 in Alamo Ranch, right next to Mattress Firm. Good Feet, helping San Antonio walk better for over 10 years. The Good Feet Store. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief.
Research shows listeners don't like it when ads interrupt their music. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, we made this ad optional. If you want to skip this ad, remove your left earphone. Liberty Mutual customizes home insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
If you're missing this informative ad, you must not wasting your cash.
It's the easy and smart way to save.
Now it's all it's set, so if that earphone was out, put it back in your head.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Join Brooklyn Chandler Willie for the Texas Financial Advisory Show Saturday nights at 6 and Sunday mornings at 10 to get the information you need to help make your retirement dreams a reality. The Texas Financial Advisory Show with Brooklyn Chandler Willie Saturday nights at 6 and Sunday mornings at 10.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, more than 5,000 people died in workplace accidents in 2019 alone. Thomas J. Henry handles serious workplace accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. Visit tjhlaw.com/radio, San Antonio, Texas.
If you know anything about bed bugs, you know that they are a nightmare simply because they're so tough to get rid of, and you often don't know you have a serious problem until it's a full-blown infestation. Charity McCurdy here for ABC. Families that travel often or have kids that have returned home from college are especially susceptible. Bed bugs are an issue in dorm rooms as well as hotels. If you think you might have bed bugs, do not wait. Call ABC Home and Commercial Services for a free evaluation. Call ABC 210-599-9500.
What will put you and your love on cloud 9 this June? It's Diamonds Direct's most amazing offer this year. Right now, for a limited time on any purchase, get the best price. Pay nothing down and get 5 years, 0 interest financing. If you've been swooning over that $5,000 designer ring, right now it's only $85 a month. $3,000 diamond studs, just $50 a month, and they're yours. Don't miss this special limited time financing event exclusively at Diamonds Direct. Get details and more at diamondsdirect.com. On approved credit.
Viva Windows knows your home is your biggest investment. That's why we make the best windows right here in San Antonio, which means you get immediate response because of no middleman. Quick and easy financing, and right now get $2,000 off 10 or more windows. Viva Windows, made in San Antonio for San Antonio. Viva Windows.
Lose 20 pounds or more by this time next month with our
3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
This is News Radio 1200 WOAI, San Antonio, an iHeart radio station.
A bipartisan gun reform bill moves closer to a Senate floor vote. Good Wednesday morning. I'm Charity McCurdy with our top stories and traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic Center.
On the northeast side, we have a vehicle fire reported on I-35 northbound near Eisenhower. Expect delays. Downtown, the disabled trash truck we had working on I-35, the upper level southbound just before Brooklyn, has been cleared. And on the southwest side, we have an accident reported on Billy Mitchell Road at Southwest 36th Street. I'm Shauna Nance, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Wondering how our country can get out of this mess? Then you should be listening to Red Pilled America, the best storytelling show in the country. This week we tell the story of how our culture has shifted so far to the left. Listen to Red Pilled America every week on the free iHeart Radio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Your Weather Channel forecast for this Wednesday: clouds this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, a high in the upper 90s. Tonight's low in the mid 70s, right now 80 degrees. 8:35 at News Radio 1200 at WOAI. The group of senators negotiating on a gun reform bill say they have a framework in place. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell explains the importance of passing the legislation.
If this framework becomes the actual piece of legislation, it's a step forward on a bipartisan basis, and further demonstrates to the American people that we can come together, which we have done from time to time on things like infrastructure and postal reform, to make progress with the country.
Some of the issues agreed upon in the framework include enhanced red flag laws, background checks for Americans under 21 years old, and funding for school security and mental health programs. A recent survey says about 77% of Texas school employees don't want to carry a gun on campus.
The Texas American Federation of Teachers conducted this survey a week after the Uvalde school shooting last month. Union President Zev Capos said Wednesday he hears from teachers who are worried they'll be required to be armed. The proposals for arming teachers call it for to be done voluntarily. Matt Rinaldi, chairman of the Texas Republican Party, says if almost 1 in 4 teachers agree to be armed, that's more than enough. Eric Lycum, News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Well, Metro Health officials announced a whopping 645 new COVID cases yesterday, the highest since the Omicron surge we saw at the end of February. June has averaged 544 new daily COVID infections, which is almost double the 274 cases we saw each day in May. As a result, the COVID transmission risk level has been bumped from low to medium. Hospitalizations have increased over 50% since May. 2 deaths were recorded from COVID yesterday as well. Well, there's a report the White House is considering a federal gas tax holiday with prices now above $5 a gallon. According to The Hill, the White House economic team could take up suspending the federal gas tax later this week. The Biden administration is looking for ways to cut the highest inflation in 40 years. The federal gas tax is currently 18.3 cents a gallon for gasoline and 24.3 a gallon for diesel. It is 8:37. Traffic and weather together in just a minute. But first, a check of your money in the world of business as trading underway, and all eyes will be on the Fed's expected rate hike this afternoon. Ed Corey joins us live at the Bloomberg News Desk.
Yeah, the expectation is the Fed is going to raise interest rates, and a lot of folks are saying we'll see an increase of 75 basis points. For now, the Dow futures had indicated a higher open, and indeed we have opened higher. The Dow's up 297, the NASDAQ up 143, and the S&P's picked up 1%. It's up 41 points right now. San Antonio-based Frost Bank is extending its overdraft-free forgiveness of up to $100. They say it's for any customer with a Frost personal account or Frost Plus account, regardless of direct deposit status. Changes are coming to Port San Antonio. One is ground-up office tower that'll house DeLorean Motors' new corporate headquarters. According to Cranes, the DeLorean workforce could reach 450, but it could take in other companies as well. Early on, the Dow's up 301 points. Live with the Bloomberg Business Report, I'm Ed Corey on News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Thanks, Ed. No matter where you are, we are live anywhere on the iHeart Radio app. I'm Charity McCurdy, News Radio 1200 at WOAI.
Greatest coach ever.
Oh, God, yes, man.
I had that in the ticket studio. I've had this since I was a kid, and
Yeah, he was the man.
Yeah. people in there sometimes are like mutilated. Like this, I decided I want to get it out of there.
Take it out of there. I got a quick story. When I was a kid, my parents used to go to church all the time. My mom and dad were big in the church.
Yeah.
He actually came to a prayer breakfast that my dad drove
Wow.
me to, and I fought and screamed about, I didn't really want to go. I was little, man. I was
Yeah.
about 11, and I really didn't want to go. It was early on a Saturday morning, and he said, "No, you need to go." He wouldn't tell me.
Right.
And I get there, and I see the guy up on the little podium there, and I'm going, "Tom Landry." He told me, "Yeah, that's Tom Landry." He goes, "I know, son. I know."
Wow.
Greatest day ever.
That is so
Greatest
cool.
day ever. He was the nicest man
Yeah.
ever.
That is so cool.
Ever.
When I was a kid in '74, they had a crappy season.
Oh, yeah.
And they missed the play. And I, like midway through the season, I wrote a letter to him saying, here's what I think you need to do. I was 13 years old. Like 3 weeks later, I get a letter, Dallas Cowboys letterhead from Tom Landry. Dear Chris, thank you for your comments on our season. It was like 3 paragraphs.
Wow, that is so cool. Sorry, me and Chris were having our Tom Landry conversation over here. He brought in a poster that was allegedly in the Ticket 760 studio.
Yes.
You brought it from your house. You've had it since you were a kid.
I've had it since Tom Landry was head coach of the Cowboys many years ago.
I miss him.
He was the greatest. He is my favorite coach ever.
And I told you real quick off the air, I told Chris a story when growing up, my parents were real big in the church, and I was forced to go all the time. And, met a lot of people there, Lakeland Baptist Church. My dad woke me up early on a Saturday morning to go to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes prayer breakfast.
Cool.
And I did not want to go. And he kept telling me, "No, come on, you're coming with me." He never would say anything. And we'd get there, and guess who the speaker was? Tom Landry.
Wow.
And I kept telling my dad, "That's Tom Landry." He goes, "I know, son. I know." That's why we're here. And he was the nicest man ever.
That's great.
And you even wrote him a letter and got a response.
I was a kid. I was telling Charity when I was a kid, the Cowboys had a rough season in '74. They missed the playoffs. So I'm a 13-year-old punk. I write a letter to Tom Landry telling him what I think he should do to turn the team around. Like 3 weeks later, I get an envelope, letterhead, Dallas Cowboys Football Club. He wrote me back like 3-4 paragraphs. "Dear Chris, thank you for your comments on our season. I do appreciate your being a fan of the Cowboys." But blew me away, made my year, made my decade as a Cowboys fan. It was typed up by his secretary, but signed Tom Landry, head coach, Dallas Cowboys.
And the very next season, they implemented some of
They went back 75. Yes, and they went to Super Bowl 10 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
If it wasn't for that letter,
Yes.
history would not be the same.
Thank you. You're welcome, Tom Landry.
All right, so we've been asking you this morning, a new survey out saying that there's majority of parents are worried about how little time their kids play outside, and so we started asking, when you were a kid, what did you like to do outside? Well, here's some more of those. Yeah, people like that. People like that. Let's go back to the guy that was talking about shooting each other with slingshots.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It does.
Well, yeah.
And the cherry fights. I love the cherry
Oh, those
fights.
were great.
See, we used to play war when we were kids, and there was always, we had toy guns, and there would always be, "Oh, you missed me, you missed me." So we all got together, and everybody brought out their BB guns, and we had rules. You couldn't, no headshots.
Yeah.
And so we played for, it was probably days we played with BB guns. And the kid that lived next door to me got hit right here in his face. It was
Ooh.
an errant shot, and there was a little mark, and his mom saw it. Got my BB gun taken. We all got our BB guns taken away from us. I got mine back 38 years later.
Wow.
My parents were moving out of their house, and we were cleaning out their attic, and there was my BB gun. And I asked my dad, I said, hey, can I get that back? And he goes, I took it from you, right? And I said, yeah, when I was 11, Dad. And he said, yeah, I think you've learned your lesson. So I get it's a 38-year-old BB gun that's brand new. Brand new.
Crazy.
Yeah, I said, I'm out in the country now. I need a BB gun.
Yes, you do.
So I got it back. But yes, we used to play war with BB guns because you can't say you missed me. Yeah, I never played that. We never played that.
I played it briefly, but not a lot.
We used to play a game with one football and a bunch of guys, and we used to call it smear the.
Well, and the alternate, I was going to say, we called it "kill the man with the ball."
Oh, see,
it was like,
better than
kill the man with the ball. So it was such a stupid game. Why would you want the ball? Everybody's going to dogpile on you. It was like, ooh, give me the ball. Kill the man with the ball. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Your Sean Hannity Morning Minute brought to you by Insperity coming up.
You can have someone else.
Yeah, smear the queer.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then, we used to see that. God, you had a blast doing that.
Does it look like it needs to be replaced? Do you have any missing shapes?
Because so I'm going to do this one that tosses to charity.
Yeah, you say just coming up, just ahead of headlines, strap down, right over together.
Okay.
Roof tune-up system that cleans your roof up and makes it look like brand new. And we give you a 7-year warranty against leaks or an ever looking old again. Here's little Isaiah, and let's see what we did for Isaiah's family.
My mom had roofers come out to look at our roof. They did their famous roof tune-up and gave my mom a 7-year warranty, so she would never have to worry about our roof again. She paid no money down and only $59 a month. Thank you, Roofix.
Roof tune-ups, only $59 a month and zero money down. Plus, we're celebrating our largest roofing sales event. All roofs, from metal roofs
And
to
you know what?
shingle
Whatever you
roofs.
want to talk about here.
I think since it's Charity's birthday, I'll just say, what kind of reset that. Any birthday plans tonight?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll go to headlines, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to close out talking about that Squid Game competition on Netflix.
So I'll try to keep this short so you can get to that. So I'm just going to ask her. I'll say a lot of people wishing you happy birthday. What are the plans tonight?
Actually, you know what? I'm going to save the Squid Game for tomorrow. I've got a talk back that came back real early in the show talking about eggs and how you can do them in a steamer and all this stuff.
See, one of my outdoor activities as a kid was egging houses.
Oh, God, yes.
If you liked them, you would toilet paper the house. If you didn't like them, you'd egg the house.
When I was young, we used to steal eggs from the house, everybody grab a few, and then we'd go trick-or-treating, and the ones that gave you the shitty candy, we'd go back and egg your house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we finally, at one point, learned we would 2 weeks before Halloween buy a carton of eggs and then go hide it out somewhere. They'd be rotten. They'd be rotten. Yeah. Out in the sun and the heat. Yeah.
Well, when I got older, we got bored one day, and you know how people would leave their trash cans out after they got picked up? We took fishing line and tied two across from each other, two of them together, and a car would come and hit it. And we're laying in the back of my friend that lived across the street from his truck, his dad's truck, laying in the bed, and we hear it crashing, and the car would stop, and they'd get out and look around, and we'd be laying in the back of the truck and laughing.
That's great.
Just mischievous little fuckers.
Yeah.
Is what we were. I found it harmless fun, but when I look back on it, and go, that's probably not the best thing in the world. And also, we would take water balloons and lay in that same bed of the truck, and there was little holes in the bed of the truck where you could see when the car was coming. You'd have a spotter, and you'd say, okay, now. And we just toss the water balloon up in the air, and it would hit the car's windshield or any part of the car, and they have no idea where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And we lay there laughing. We ended up
Very
making the
good.
hell out of ourselves, man.
Very good.
Yeah. It's crucial for you. Good days. Gotta make those times were so easy back then, man.
Yes.
When our biggest worry was, where are we going to be able to come up with $1 to buy another baseball?
Yeah.
That was it.
There's no obligation or purchase.
That was it.
Text protect to 989898. Action, action, action. Use your agency. Take action today.
The Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel summer giveaways are coming in hot with over $200,000 in cash and prizes. Visit our website, LuckyEagleTexas.com, to view all of our upcoming promotions, entertainment, and sign up for your Players Club card to enter our big wrapped up giveaway for your chance to win $25,000 in cash and drive off the lot in a brand new 2022 Dodge Durango. Amazing food, weekly entertainment, and a wonderful experience at Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel.
Just to give you some
Here we go.
reviews, the Glenn Beck program. Maybe you should pay attention to what's actually happening. Keeping it real. Oh, is that too real? I'm just saying, the Glenn Beck program. This morning at 9 on News Radio 1200 and WOAI.
San Antonio's First News. I'm Chris Duel, along with Mr. T, Tim Merryman, our newly engaged soundscape stylist, Jeremy Kolock, and of course, Charity McCurdy with the headlines in a moment from the 24-hour News Center. Traffic and weather together coming up. Charity, before we get some headlines, though, you told it's your birthday. A lot of birthday greetings all morning long for you, and well-deserved. Now, the hubby woke you up to flowers this morning. What about the rest of the day? What about tonight? The husband, the kids, what are the big plans? Whoa! Nice.
That's a heck of a birthday.
Yeah.
No, you should not be cooking.
No, the takeout of your choice, the go-to takeout of your choice on your birthday. Charity McCurdy, let's get some headlines from the 24-hour News Center.
Bipartisan group of senators continue to work on writing legislation for their framework agreement on gun safety.
So now we got a new place to camp.
Yeah, I was about. I knew her. I said, so you'll be inviting Tim, Jeremy, and me to the Ponderosa.
I know where it's at.
Okay.
We can climb that fence. It's no big deal.
Right.
There's no structure on it yet, so perfect.
That destroyed 6 units and left a child with smoke inhalation.
Mm.
We'll bring you the latest coming up right now. Traffic and weather together.
From the WOAI Traffic
The newly engaged. Show us the ring, Jeremy. Did she give you a
Show
ring?
us the ring.
Did she give you a ring?
Yeah, we want to post the ring on the WOAI Twitter page.
Hey, I know a guy.
Funny.
I could you have a buddy that's a jeweler. He actually made my wife's
Wow.
ring. Yeah, he's retired now, but he still does stuff out of his house. Yeah, it's my old golfing buddy.
You got a hookup for Jeremy.
Maybe that's what we'll do here.
Yeah.
Instead of the eggs. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. By the way, Jeremy, can you show us the ring?
And do we have the date yet?
I like a nice spring wedding. I don't know
Yes.
about you, Chris.
I'm traditional. I like the summer.
Do you? Mixture of clouds and sun today. Tomorrow highs 100 today, 102 tomorrow, and Friday mostly sunny skies. Highs in the upper 90s, near 100. It is 80 degrees all morning long. Coming up, your Sean Hannity Morning Minute brought to you by Insperity. Now, we've been joking with Jeremy, our technical director, sound stylist, just all around good guy. I prefer a spring wedding. I don't know about you, Chris, but
I like the traditional summer wedding, Jeremy, but I got married on New Year's Eve. So, yeah, whenever I see fireworks around New Year's, I know it's time for my anniversary. So
24.
I was 39. I waited until 39.
Jeremy just turned 24. Hey, Jeremy, did she give you a ring? Hey, why go traditional? I mean, come on.
Now, Beyonce advises us to put a ring on it.
Yeah, put a ring on it, man. and Chris came up with an excellent point. He got married on New Year's Eve, so you never forget your anniversary. I got married the day after Mick Jagger's birthday, so I would never forget my anniversary.
Excellent.
So just a little tip.
Good thinking.
When you plan that wedding, pick a date that you know is special to you, so you'll remember it.
But Jeremy is mature beyond his
Yeah,
years.
see, I'm still waiting to get mature.
Yeah,
Because I hear good things. about it.
I hear it's fun.
I hear great
I'm not
things
there yet
about it.
either.
But seriously, Jeremy, take your time. Just make sure we're invited. Yeah. Yes, you do. And look, it's okay. You don't need to send an invitation. Just call me and let me know when it's going to be so I can plan the bachelor party. Yeah. Yeah, text works too. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Jeremy. Hey, big goings on here on San Antonio's First News. All right, it is now time for your Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Very good. That was funny.
See, that's the stuff that they'll remember.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Poor Jeremy's gonna go home and his girlfriend's gonna go, so
What the heck
I
happened?
I
Yeah.
heard
we're getting married. Funny. Very funny.
Oh, poor Jeremy. See, we couldn't play with Dave like that. We could not play with Pete
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
so much fun to. And what's cool because he's 24.
Exactly.
Whenever we have like a millennial issue,
Oh,
or
we go straight to our millennial correspondent.
Right.
Shit.
The answers are obvious. You know, Caterpillar announced that they're going to relocate from Deerfield,
Who would
Illinois
have thought we would come to work
existing
today
operation in
and
Irving,
marry Jeremy
Texas.
off? I mean,
Because they can't afford to stay there anymore.
well, that's just amazing
You are the straight
in so many ways.
today.
All right, Chris, I thought it went pretty well.
I did too. Yeah, that was fun.
See, not having to play a lot of Charlie frees us up to do a lot more. Yesterday was really cluttered, I thought.
Yeah,
but that was just me.
But and still,
I know it's important.
it was the flag thing was the right call.
Yes,
So
but it's still just, it felt cluttered.
Yeah.
That's okay. If we only have to do that once in a